Oops. Hello, folks. Did not mean to swap quite yet. I was just trying to fiddle with some settings. There we go. Alright, hope everything is working correctly. But just testing out to see if, the game is, actually done with maintenance or not. So we'll see if we load in here. Anyways, though, wasn't quite ready to actually, talk and such, but whatever, it's fine. How's everyone doing? Yeah, no, it is very, very exciting to return to Mondstadt, and it almost is, as you say, rather fitting to be that it is my first stream. Oh, wow, we're in!
Be coming up.
We are in, okay.
Mondstadt in a
Nice!
While. Come on, let's go check up on all our old friends.
Yeah, alright. So Paimon's still voiced, not gonna say too much about that, but you know. Alright, just gonna clear out some of these notifications. Not gonna worry about, like, actually doing these things yet, but, you know. Huh. Yeah, no, Venti's a solid one. I struggle to say that Venti is my favorite just because of comparatively how little time we've had with Venti and such. Oh, and that does not get rid of that notification. Annoying. Whatever. I guess we'll just have to deal with that notification for a bit. No, it goes away. Okay, never mind. Yeah, no, it's nice to see that no one was actually replaced. We'll see how many people I need to voice, though. Probably gonna be a lot, in all likelihood, but it's fine. Yeah, no, that is fair. I did legitimately consider swapping to, like, Japanese or something like that, but, I don't know. I want to hear the voices of the people who are voiced, and also, if it's Japanese, I'd just sort of be silently sitting here, as we all just read, which I don't know how, enjoyable that would be. Yeah, that... I heard about that as well, and I'm very intrigued by what's going on with everything that's happened because of Venti's VA. I'm curious to see... Presumably none of their stuff is voiced yet, but it's cool to see that they're getting back to it. Also, interesting, they actually list here specific percentages and pricings and stuff, like, in actual detail. Huh! I knew they were gonna set that up, but it's interesting how it is just, like, right here. It really shows something when you just look at it. It says, yeah, no, it could cost anywhere from $2 to $475. Yeah, just how long Genshin has existed really makes it tough. Alright, but in which case, though, realistically, we can get to it pretty dang quick here. No need to delay that much, seeing as we're actually able to just get right in. For some reason that is not loading well, but the notification is gone. It's fine. Okay. Alright. I'll do at least a couple pulls before we get started, though. I feel like that is neat. I'm just gonna double check what my pity looks like. God, I wish they'd implement a way to actually recognize how much pity you have. Okay, I have quite a bit of pity. So I will do at least a 10 pull, maybe a 20 pull, and we'll see what happens. I'm mostly saving up for Skirk, who should be coming soon, but I have enough that, given that Escoffier is supposed to be good for her, presumably at least, and also Aoife's here, I wouldn't mind getting Aoife, I'm willing to throw at least a few pulls. So just to do this before we get into things... Not gonna worry about this one. Oh my god! Streamer luck is here! Obviously it's not any 5 stars, but Jesus Christ, 3 Aoifes? Oh my god. Oh, that is hilarious. I did not expect 3 Aoifes. Alright. Really wanted to join me. Let's see what the next one does. Maybe we'll get 3 Escoffiers. Nope, not even one. Alright, gotta skip through this one as well. Not even anything more than a weapon. And now... it doesn't matter if I do just another temple. I'll do another. This, yeah, okay, this is the 5-star. Let's see if it's a Escoffier, because I believe I have the 50-50. There she is. All right, nice and simple.
Patissier supreme and master of precision gastronomy. As an esteemed guest of the divine, you deserve the finest cuisine Teyvat has to offer. I hope my work is to your satisfaction. If you have an interest in the culinary
God, I
arts,
forget how long
allow
these
me to
lines are.
introduce you to the wonderful world of haute cuisine. I just hope you're mentally prepared for the undertaking. I don't tolerate a quitter.
Cool. I always forget how long those lines are. Yeah, premium skirk team is what I'm looking for. And another Aoife for the road. Alright. C3 Aoife just from initial 30 pulls? Okay. Cool. Real nice. I'll worry about building them later. I didn't pre-farm at all because I wasn't even fully committed to pulling for Escoffier. I just sort of, you know, felt like it. But just gonna get through these so that they're not yelling at us to use them. I barely even know what I'd be using Aoife for. Alrighty. With that, though, we can get started. Anyways, don't mind all of the quests I haven't done. Don't worry about it. Genshin is a game I'm very far behind on. Alright. I guess just teleporting to here or there. And I'll go from the outside. Oh, I've had horrible luck for 4 stars otherwise, for the most part. I don't even have Ansan, I don't think. Alright. Sounds good, no worries.
Full throttle!
Alright. Curious to see how this is gonna start. Hi, Timmy. God, it's been so long since we've actually had to go to Mondstadt. It is a bit nostalgic. Anyways, what is this? Ah, special story mode. Yep. I still can't believe we got fucking 4 Aoifes and 30 pulls. Truly a streamer luck moment.
The city is all decked out. Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, no, it is funny that this is the first time that windbloom is like actually a permanent thing, and it's not gonna end well, it seems like.
Festival season means no commissions, which means no Mora. But Catherine's always looking out for us, so we should still drop by and say hello.
Makes sense. Let's go.
Greetings, traveler.
It's good to see the windbloom, like,
Still doing
decorations
the
again.
No commissions during windbloom thing?
The entire place just looks so much nicer with them.
In general, yes. The people of Mondstadt don't delegate their work to others this time of year. But...
What?
But...
Alright, I might need to manually click through
Feel
so that
free
it's
to take a
efficient.
look around. I think you'll pick up on something unusual.
Oh, something's already
Take a
going
look
strange.
around, huh?
It's finally windbloom. And here I am ruining everything.
You're a bit tired. No big deal. Give it some time. How about doing something fun tonight? We could take a stroll or go stargazing.
Stargazing? Like we'll find a
I can't
spot.
wait for us to hear all of the
You know, people
NPCs
start
talking, and then the
reserving places on
instant, like,
Starsnatch
Kaya
Crypt the
walks on
moment the sun
screen,
goes
there's just
down.
nothing.
Sorry, I'm just not in the mood. I should go.
Whoa, something's off with Beatrice.
Yeah.
She would never give up a chance to talk to Quinn. This
It's gonna
is
take a minute for
weird.
me to remember a lot of the, like, NPC dynamics in
you're
Mondstadt,
leaving?
honestly.
I
But,
can walk you home.
God.
No, it's okay. Thank you. I just need some time to myself. Besides, there's still something I need to do.
Oh?
The truth is, Quinn, not long ago,
What is it? Is there something wrong?
Never mind. It's nothing.
Sure, definitely.
Actually, Quinn, I think we should stop seeing each other for now.
Oh.
Huh?
Okay, rather dramatic.
Are you saying we can't be friends anymore? I thought we were best friends.
Oh.
Did you see that? Beatrice ran off without looking back. Oh, we go adventuring in other nations for a bit, and one of Mondstadt's best love, friendship stories is already over?
Oh my god.
So, is this what you meant by
I'm gonna
a
be honest, I
major,
saw
Catherine?
just the
This
bottom
is
of the
just one
line with
example.
kinks and got really concerned by
Beatrice
what that
has
line
been
was gonna say
feeling
before I
down
read
for
it.
days. But that's not all.
Oh, it's the honor.
I've been
and
spoiled
my
off of Zenless
Paimon.
where the characters actually talk for themselves. I need to remember to
You
actually
don't
say
look so
what
good.
Traveler says.
I know a knight should be stronger than this, but I haven't been feeling right lately. I just can't focus.
So there's something going around. People are not enthusiastic.
I started sleepwalking out of nowhere.
Oh.
Sometimes I'd even wake up in the middle of the night standing in a random location outside.
You should see a doctor.
Yeah. Probably a
I
good idea.
did, but all the tests came back normal. The doctor said I'm fine.
Strange.
Yeah. I even consulted Miss Barbara at the
Ah.
church, but her conclusion was the same.
Okay.
In any case, she was kind enough to pray to Lord Barbados for me to get better.
Uh-huh.
Is it?
Because Lord Barbados
Is
could
it
do
because
so
I
much
saw
for you.
something I wasn't meant to see?
Oh?
Sorry.
Saw
this
something
is
you weren't
for
meant
me
to
figure
see?
out.
You can't just drop
It is
that and then
windbloom
ignore it.
after all. Anyway, I have patrol to finish. Until next time, you two.
Alrighty.
Huh. Is it something in the air,
Maybe? Abyss stuff?
It
Presumably?
appears Miss Donna is also out of sorts.
Yeah, everybody.
Oh, where can I find a truly fascinating man?
Okay.
maybe? Wait, but Donna is the one who has a huge crush on Diluc, right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought
Huh.
too. But she seems to have changed her mind.
Suspicious. Oh, hi, Kaya.
Is that Captain Kaya?
Oh god, is she gonna fall for him now?
Now that I look at him, he's exactly my
That
type.
is so deranged.
How come I never felt this way before?
I knew it! I fucking called it! I'm flattered, Miss Donna, although I do wonder whether that was intended for outside ears.
Oh, no. Of course not. I'm sorry, Captain. Just pretend I didn't say anything. And, have a happy windbloom.
I can't believe I called that Kaya would be the first person to show up that wouldn't be voiced. I intend to, my dear, but first a question. If you don't mind, why the sudden change of heart? I was under the impression Master Diluc was the object of your affections.
Good question, Kaya.
So, you knew about that?
Yeah, y'all ready
Well,
for my
Master
rendition
Diluc
of,
came
like,
into
the
the
entire
city not too long
Mondstadt
ago,
cast?
When I saw him,
I am so
it was
sorry
like
for what I
the
will be doing.
butterflies just weren't there anymore. If I had to compare it to something, it would be like waking up and
What?
realizing you're married to a man you don't love.
That is deranged on so many levels.
But then I saw you. And it wasn't that something was different about you. I can't really explain it. It was just a feeling.
Everyone's being real honest about their feelings right now. I understand, and I'm flattered I was able to bring back the butterflies. But I do need to see to some business, so I'll take my leave. Walk straight to us.
Well, surprised to see us?
Not at all. You're the exact two people I've been trying to find. So, Charles, Paimon, how have you been? All good. How about yourself and the rest of the Knights of Favonius? The answer to that requires a private conversation. Catherine, do you mind?
Not at all. Have fun, you three.
So, you said you were looking for us.
Yeah. Yes, Jean sent me to find you when she heard you were back in Mondstadt, but let's discuss the finer details back at headquarters. Okay. Paralogism. Okay, so things are out of whack in the city. Oh boy, we're locked in. I can see on the mini-map.
Rev the engines!
God, the verticality. The capacity just skip everything is very funny. Oh, one more wall. God. I feel like the mobility upgrade is far more obvious when we end up going to places like Mondstadt again. Alright. What is there to discuss? Has the murder already taken place? Oh, Eula!
Ah, Kaya. You found them.
And Eula is actually voiced. Impressive. Yep, I managed to track them down.
Good. With what's about to happen, it's great to have you in town.
Whoa!
Watch how
headquarters are
somehow
packed.
it's literally
What's
just Kaya
going
that's
on?
muted. I know for a fact that isn't the case, but...
Honorary Knight Paimon. Oh, it's an honor to meet you. I believe introductions are in order?
Allow me. You have Note, Captain of the 2nd Company, Scaron, Captain of the 3rd Company, Eula, Captain of the 4th Company, and me, of course, Captain of the 9th Company.
Oh, you're all captains?
Okay, meeting some more captains. Interesting.
That's right. Master Jean is waiting for you inside. She'll explain everything.
Alright.
Jean!
Alright. Charles, Paimon, thank you for coming. Is everything alright? There are a ton of people outside. Ah, yes, that would be the captains. You know a few of them already, but I'm sure there are some new faces. There have been a number of incidents in Mondstadt. In order to wrap up the case, I gathered all the captains of the Knights of Favonius together to hold a trial.
A trial? But this is Mondstadt, not Fontaine!
Yeah, stop stealing Fontaine's bit. I can understand the confusion. You've never participated in one of our trials before. In truth, we haven't had to conduct one in quite some time. The Knights of Favonius oversees most matters of law and order in Mondstadt. Of course, in the interest of fairness, major cases are tried jointly with the Church. Under the guidance of Barbados, the Knights uphold chivalric justice in the spirit of our order, and the Church carries blessings and goodwill wherever the wind can reach. And today's case requires a joint trial by both parties.
Which means it's a serious one.
Based on what we know, yeah.
Do you need our help?
Hold on. The group of people we saw in the corridor just now, there was someone missing. Where's
Right.
Albedo?
He's the captain of the investigation team.
Yeah, I guess he is a
But
captain,
we
huh?
didn't see him out there.
I forgot that he was actually a captain. A keen observation, Charles. That means that happens to be exactly why I called you here. In the upcoming trial against Captain Albedo, you will do our utmost to understand the facts of this case and deliver a fair and impartial verdict. Ah, because they
Albedo's the
can't
one on
be
trial?
a neutral party
What do we
when
do?
they're doing the trial against one of their own. Okay. Jean, it's time. Understood. Charles, Paimon, come with me. Okay. Ooh, cutscene? No, okay, just normal cutscene. Hi, Sucrose. Dialect's here. I imagine Sucrose must be conflicted in all this. Or just concerned. Please sit wherever you like. I only ask that you remain calm. No matter what you hear, I need to head over there. Don't worry, the trial will be fair. Yeah, not exactly sure what they do then. Now that everyone is gathered, let us begin. With Grandmaster Varco away from Mondstadt for the time being, I, Jean Gunhilder, will oversee today's proceedings. Mr. Dahlia, Deacon of the Church of Favonius, I almost said Fontaine, will serve as assessor. As representatives of our respective organizations, we will ensure a just verdict in this case. I also didn't even notice Rosaria.
Oh, that's a new face.
Yep.
Deacon of the church.
Good to actually see him.
Does that mean he works with Barbara and Rosaria?
Presumably. The defendant in today's case is the captain of the investigation team, Albedo. I like that we're really just getting straight into this. Albedo, what did you do? Certain aspects of this case are classified, and it remains uncertain whether the alleged victims are citizens of Mondstadt. As such, this trial is not open to the public. The identities of the victims are still unknown? Strange. If guilt is established in this case, all facts will be made public after the final verdict is delivered. Now, the captain of the logistics company, Miss Hertha, will present the charges. The court appoints Mr. Kaya to speak on Mr. Albedo's behalf. Are both parties ready to proceed? Yes.
Ready to proceed.
God, I wish this was voiced. Miss Hertha, the floor is yours.
Prior to this trial, the Knights of Favonius, in conjunction with the Church, launched an investigation into Mr. Albedo for suspected murder and unlawful disposal of human remains.
Even though we don't know who the murdered people are, presumably they were really, like, disfigured or something, or the bodies haven't been found, at which point, how do we know it's murder?
A witness stated that, 11 days ago, in the middle of the night, she saw the defendant southeast of the city gates, dragging a large object she later identified as a human body.
Okay. Concerning.
No. There's no way!
I mean, that's not enough evidence,
We now
but...
call that witness to the stand. Beatrice, please tell us what you saw.
Witness testimony is only so reliable. Oh, okay. Beatrice. So is that what she was trying to tell Quinn earlier?
Well, I was out late that night on business. And when I came back, I saw someone in the moonlight that looked like Mr. Albedo. He was dragging a huge bag of some kind.
I mean, honestly,
thought it was
what if the
strange, so I followed
person
him.
he was dragging the body of
Then
is a copy
There
of
was a
him?
sudden flash of golden light. The bag opened, and inside there was a body.
I mean, if there was a flash of light, he might have made a body out of something else.
Mr. Albedo's
He might be
vision
trying to
allows
create
him to
life.
manipulate the ground with ease. So he buried it and then removed
Okay,
any
never mind. He was
traces on
burying
the
it.
ground.
Suspicious, concerning.
Before he left, it seemed like he looked in my direction. Maybe it was just my imagination. But I was terrified, thinking he might kill me too.
I mean, honestly, fair.
Luckily, he didn't see me.
I now turn to the defendant. Describe your whereabouts that night. I was working in my office on the second floor of the Knights of Favonius headquarters. That's right, the next day the defendant submitted his latest environmental report on the Dragonspine region. Considering the length of the text, it must have taken a considerable amount of time to finish.
Can anyone attest to the fact that the defendant was working in his office that night?
Hopefully. Damn it.
Then the length of the report is not
Yeah,
a sufficient
that's
alibi.
flimsy logic.
This isn't looking good.
First line out of Dahlia. If the crime did occur as you described, then what about the body? You mentioned the joint investigation. Well, was the body recovered?
Not yet.
How deep did he bury it? In other words, you dug up the location Miss Beatrice described and found nothing. You don't find that suspicious?
I know what I saw.
Yeah, sure.
I'm telling the truth, Miss Hertha, I swear. Also, didn't you say that speaking out would help protect the people of Mondstadt? Otherwise, I'd never put myself out here like
Not
this.
exactly relevant to the trial, but
You're
okay.
doing the right thing. Besides, the investigation wasn't fruitless. A single man's shoe and a torn piece of fabric were found in the bushes near the crime scene.
That is also very flimsy evidence.
The same location the witness described. If no crime occurred, then is all this just a coincidence?
Very much could be. And yet, no victim has been identified, correct?
It's true. No one has been reported missing. However, Miss Beatrice harbors no ill will toward the defendant. Her testimony
easy to
clearly
misunderstand
points
what
to a
you're seeing,
crime,
though.
and she has no reason to lie.
Does the defendant wish to say anything in response? You may believe otherwise, Miss Hertha, but I did not kill a single person. As a knight and the captain of the investigation team, I have a duty to protect Mondstadt and its people. You accuse me of murder, but there's no body or motive.
The defendant raises an important point. Motive.
Sort of hard to pin a
Yet,
motive when
I
we don't
must
even
be
know
frank,
who's murdered.
Not all murders are premeditated. Spontaneous conflict can
Yeah.
also have unforeseen consequences. Nevertheless, I don't intend to prosecute this case on circumstantial evidence alone.
Okay.
Which brings me to the second charge against Mr. Albedo.
Good to see there's actually more evidence.
Second charge?
Please proceed.
7 days ago, at dawn, a witness saw the defendant dispose of the body of an adult male in
Oh.
the area between Dragonspine and Dawn Winery.
More than one witness on multiple occasions. Okay.
I now call the second witness to the stand.
Something tells me it's going to be all the people that we saw that are out of whack. Oh, Diluc, okay. Please tell the court what you saw. At around 3:40 in the morning, I saw Mr. Albedo dispose of a body beneath the cliff. It was dark, but he used the power of Geo to illuminate his surroundings. From what I could tell, it looked like the body of an adult male, tall and thin, but I couldn't make out the age. He buried the body underneath the cliff and smoothed out the ground to remove any traces. Leave it to
We
Diluc
now
to be
have
up at
accounts from
3:40 in
two
the
separate
morning.
witnesses that describe the same modus operandi. Would you call that
Yep.
a coincidence?
It's clear he was doing something, but whether or not it is actual murder, we shall see. I would also inquire as to what Mr. Diluc was doing in that area so early in the morning. Not the most opportune time for a stroll. Is there such a thing? Dawn Winery is my home. It's not unusual for me to take walks in the area. I just happened to be in the right place at the right time, that is all. Master Diluc is a well-respected figure in Mondstadt. I see no reason for him to frame Mr. Albedo, yet the question remains, where are the bodies?
Before you suggest a lack of evidence, Mr. Kaya, you should know. After the defendant left that morning, the witness found this where the body was buried.
And what is that? And this is... What looks like the teeth and femur of a human. Now, it does beg the question, if the burial was fresh, why is this all that remains of the body? But I suppose Mr. Albedo is the one who can answer that. Careful now, Mr. Diluc. I do believe I hear a presumption of guilt in there somewhere.
These remains suggest an accelerated rate of decomposition.
Yeah.
Considering the defendant's
Assuming it is
profession,
actually
there's
the same
reason
body.
to suspect that alchemy is at play here.
Fair.
Both witnesses saw golden light, a known byproduct of alchemy. That's how the defendant destroyed the bodies. The light also explains how the witnesses were able to get a clear view of the events
You
in the
can't
dark.
just destroy things, though, with alchemy. It's gotta become something else. So, that's your angle. Alchemy. A logical assessment. But we have a witness of our own. The afternoon before the alleged second murder, Mr. Albedo had a lengthy intellectual exchange with his student, Sucrose. The two were in the library until the next morning. Why did the discussion last so long? Miss Sucro was presenting the results of her research. She noticed some flaws in the data and insisted on reviewing her calculations until the next morning, with Mr. Albedo present. That's right, we were in the library together.
You're certain Mr. Albedo was present the whole time?
Nah, he just stepped out for 5 seconds, jumped all the way to Dawn Winery, buried a body. Yes, and I know Mr. Albedo would never kill someone. He could never be that cruel.
Nevertheless, the other witnesses have no reason to lie. Tell me, Miss Sucrose, that meeting in the library, were you awake the whole time? Sounds like a considerable duration to go without sleep.
You underestimate, like, introverted researchers. I
do hope you can be truthful with us. It concerns the safety of countless Mondstadt citizens. A crime like this cannot go unpunished.
I'll take it from here. During our meeting, Sucrose did fall asleep not long after midnight. The fact that he's presenting those details does imply he was there for at least until then. It's alright, Sucrose, you don't have to lie for me. This is a sacred place of judgment. The truth is paramount. Mr. Albedo... I see. Then, I'm afraid your alibi cannot be substantiated. Do you understand? Yes, I know claiming innocence without proof isn't enough. But the prosecution's argument has its own holes. There's been no mention of a motive, or what exact method could reduce a human body to those remains.
No conclusive evidence of guilt. But the witness accounts do match to an extent that can't be dismissed. This is a tricky one.
I feel like more investigation
Allow me to
is
submit
needed.
another piece of evidence. The investigators intercepted one of Mr. Albedo's correspondences. I will now read the pertinent parts to the court.
Alright. Correspondence. Oh no. That envelope looks like it belongs to Mr. Albedo.
I have never abandoned the subject of human research. In fact, delving deeper into Dragonspine has led me to realize that the concept of life could be further expanded and transformed into that of birth.
Sounds more like he's trying to create life rather than destroy it.
The mystery of human birth is often linked to death.
Oh, okay.
As such, death is the most suitable material for the creation of new life. To that end, we must engage in a process of putrefaction and refinement.
Okay. Putrefaction and refinement.
Is that in reference to an alchemical process?
Presumably.
The letter continues. Experimental trials have been carried out in the northwestern part of Dragonspine, in the area southeast of Mondstadt's main gate. The data is as expected.
Sounds like it lines up with
this.
this.
Just as you endeavored to do, I too shall take up the path of creation and break through current limitations to reach a new realm of living beings.
Letter to, Rindodeer, perhaps? Yeah, no, just having a letter that looks like it's from him isn't really enough, but I trust the investigators have confirmed this to be the defendant's handwriting, and that the letter makes more than passing mention of putrefaction and refinement.
Correct. Not to mention, the locations indicated in the letter match both crime scenes. What more can we trust than the defendant's own words?
How do we know they're his words?
No, it can't be true.
Also, what about the refinement part? What was refined? I can't believe it.
A guilty verdict cannot be delivered without sufficient evidence. In order to protect all parties involved, that is what our principles demand.
Yeah?
My original assessment was that we lacked said evidence.
Yeah?
But now, it seems the only remaining questions are the identities of the victims, and the specific alchemical process used in
Okay,
this
so we're
case.
accepting that. Alright, sure. Huh. Then we are in agreement. The evidence is conclusive on the charges of murder and unlawful disposal of human remains. The court finds the defendant guilty. Ah, old-timey courtrooms. The people in attendance appear shocked. No one can believe a kind and well-mannered person like Albedo could commit such a crime. interesting, slightly different format of things right now. Jean stipulates that those unsatisfied with the verdict will have time to submit an objection or appeal, but most appear hopeless in this moment. As you watch Albedo being taken back to headquarters, you get a strange feeling that something hidden is about to come to light. It all comes back to the letter, a secret that you and Albedo know all too well, but the people of Mondstadt have yet to discover. Yeah.
Why would Albedo do something like that? Oh, this has to be a nightmare.
Albedo told me his secret once, that he was a synthetic human created through alchemy. Could that have something to do with this case? I almost certainly think he's trying to recreate the process. But what? Following in Reindotir's footsteps just because he's an alchemical creation? That would only make him more suspicious. Well, this took a turn for the worse.
Rosaria! Oh, when did you get here?
He was here the whole time. Look around yourself, Paimon. I've been here the whole time. I happen to have a message to pass along. For us? Yes, you're needed at Star Snatch Cliff. He's waiting for you there.
Who is he?
You'll know when you get there. Go on now. Time is like the wind. It waits for no one. Interesting. Who's waiting for us? I'm trying to think who it could be. God, yeah, people who don't read, like, the lore or anything, God, would they be confused. I don't need a refresher. Alright, going to the cliffside. Yeah, okay. This is probably the easiest way to get there. Alright. Yeah, in many ways I feel very bad for people who didn't get an opportunity to play all of the, like, important events. I actually wasn't playing Genshin, like, perfectly for the time period that was the second, like, Albedo event with the, like, Susbedo and stuff. So I had to go back and read that myself. Ah, of course it's Venti. Sad, they don't have voice. Oh well. Ah, Charles Paimon, I could hear your arrival upon the wind. Where were you looking for me?
Venti, did you send us that message?
No, I did.
Oh.
Whoa, where did you come from? Wait, Venti, do you know this guy? His name is...
Yeah, Albedo, it's really unfortunate that Albedo is unvoiced in his first, like, legitimate permanent mainline appearance.
Didn't think I was that unmemorable. I'm Dahlia, Deacon of the Church of Favonius, and Herald of the Animo Archon Barbados. Not gonna forget next time, right?
So you called us here so we could meet with Venti?
That's right. I noticed you during the trial. The legendary honorary knight. You seem to have a lot of thoughts on your mind, so I thought we should have a chat.
Alright.
After all, I am the Herald of Barbados. If the people of Mondstadt are in danger, I should keep the Animo Archon in the loop.
Okay.
Wait then.
Yeah, interesting.
About what? The fact that my tavern-hopping nomad of a friend is Barbados himself?
Okay, so he knows. Don't worry, Dahlia and I are close. He knows everything. Besides, a god needs someone to communicate their will in a formal setting, and no one does that better than Dahlia.
Not that I saw that coming when we first met. But back to the matter at hand. I believe you two already know about Albedo's background.
If you mean his true identity, then yeah, we do.
So, you know too, Venti?
Interesting.
That's surprisingly Archon-like.
Suspicious. Ah, well, I knew from the moment Reindotir and Alice brought Albedo to Mondstadt. Then, when those two are in town, no one can afford to slack off. The Kryta Prince, a perfect specimen of synthetic life. At this stage of the case, there are countless questions surrounding Albedo's motive. His true identity is a potential weakness.
A synthetic being loses control of their sanity and goes on a killing spree.
We've been through this before, though.
That's how a novel would frame the story, and people are inclined to agree.
Yeah.
Albedo has told us before that humans often value the ordinary over the transcendent and miraculous.
Oh
the
god, yeah,
slightest
poor
difference
Barbara,
is
being like
perceived
the
as
only
other.
person who
A
doesn't
very
know.
common phenomenon.
Which means we need to find a way to help your friend. What do you know about the situation, Venti? Me? Well, I know that Albedo is a synthetic being, and that a lot of strange things have been happening in Mondstadt, even though Windbloom should be about drinking and having fun.
We noticed that too! The minute we got here, something was off.
Yeah, very much so. You share your observations with Venti and Dahlia.
I've picked up on most of those too. Miles is out of sorts. Beatrice seems anxious. Although I didn't know Donna stopped being interested in Master Diluc.
That one is interesting. Feels a little different. When no love remains for the songs to tell, the world becomes naught but an empty shell. Cruel as said fate, cruel it may be, were it not for a hero who could set us all free.
What are you getting at, Tone Deaf Blood?
Oh, just making a comment. There are always unavoidable trials in life. At least that's what Barbados would say. A certain someone is going to need to overcome a trial like that. In such cases, even the Seven know better than to tamper with fate. The fact that Venti is saying not to tamper with fate is... my brain. If only there was a brave soul willing to aid their friend in this time of need. Should he meet a terrible fate, all of Mondstadt would be worse for it.
If you wanted our help, you could have just asked, you know.
That's not Venti's style. Well, even if Albedo wasn't at the center of this case, protecting Mondstadt is part of being an honorary knight, right? You'll still have help, of course, which is why I prepared a little surprise. Behold.
Ooh, I remember the Jumpy Dumpty.
Yeah. Don't worry, I removed the fuse, so it's not going to explode. Say hello to the Dodo communication device.
So, this thing belongs to you now?
We're old pals. Don't think she'd care if I borrowed it for a few days. Anyway, this invention, with a little help from a trick of mine, will allow us to keep in touch. Just take it out and we can chat. We'll do our best to uncover the truth. That's all I ask. No matter what comes, we have the wind on your side. Interesting, okay. Back to special story mode it is. To the roof. Whoop. Huh. Things are definitely moving quickly so far. I honestly appreciate it. It means that, honestly, either things are going to be just at this constant breakneck pace and things are going to get insane, or things are going to slow down, or this is much shorter than we thought. I'm curious to see which one it is. Presumably we get to the weekly boss in this, though, so we'll see how we get there. I know you all must be shocked, but the evidence is solid. Albedo's situation is not looking good.
I still don't believe Albedo would do something like that.
Yeah.
Using living people as alchemical test subjects? It's like something out of a novel.
He's more likely using alchemical materials to make people.
Perhaps it's best for me to remain impartial, but I've worked with Albedo before. He's an alchemist, not a sadist.
If you look at some other media, some alchemists are sort of one and the same with sadism. This version of events is hard for me to accept as anyone, but Marco once said Albedo was very different from the rest of us. Perhaps there are things we still need to learn about him. Let's see what Albedo has to say for himself first. Would you mind giving me a moment, everyone? A private matter requires my attention.
Hey, Jean!
Just barging into her office. Charles, Paimon, perfect timing. Kaya has a favor to ask. Like Jean said after the verdict, we have time to submit an appeal, and I will do my utmost to convince Albedo to accept. He's been acting strange, and I can't read him for the life of me. That's rare. But I need you two to start investigating the case. Investigate the case? Yes, it's also time for you to get involved. You want us to join the joint investigation? Doesn't make us particularly neutral and impartial, but you know. No, we'd like you to launch an investigation of your own. I'll continue working on his defense in the meantime. If you find anything that might help his case, just let me know. I know it's against the spirit of the season to task you with this, but Albedo is a trusted member of our ranks. We owe him the benefit of the doubt. Understood. I know you'll get to the bottom of this, Charles. You've never failed us in our time of need.
But what if the accusations turn out to be true?
Then you will have done Mondstadt a great service all the same. I'm expecting a retrial. Until then, you're welcome to have a look around Albedo's office on the 2nd floor. I'm counting on you. The truth will come out. That is the goal of this. Alright, time to see Albedo's office. Anyways, time to ride a bike around inside.
Wait, Captain Kaya! Surely I can't just...
These two are here on Jean's orders. She asked them to investigate Albedo's office.
Oh, in that case, head on in.
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't seen anything of Klee. That is a fair point. I feel like she would definitely have something to say about this.
So this is Albedo's office. Pretty much exactly how Paimon pictured it.
Just filled with alchemical stuff. Alright, I have some work of my own, so I'll leave you to it. Good luck, you two.
Right back at ya.
Alright, time to investigate.
Alright, let's see what we can find.
Alright, I forgot that we were having this sort of like investigation thing. Alright, let's check out the book. There's a stack of books on the desk, mostly relating to alchemy, environmental science, and life science. Some of the pages have been marked with alchemical symbols, and others have shaped or triangle, but S-shaped, I don't know why I thought that was a stutter. S-shaped or triangular symbols drawn on them. Any potential meaning is unclear.
Wow, these books are so fancy! Albedo must have gone to great lengths to get them.
Alright. Underneath the book. After moving the book, the desk looks almost empty. Your hand slipped while moving the book, causing the hardcover book to strike the desk. The resulting noise is a bit unusual. It's subtle, but to an experienced adventurer, it sounds too hollow, almost like there's a compartment within the desk. Okay, under the desk?
Wait, it looks like there's a hidden compartment under the desk.
Interesting. There does appear to be a compartment added to one side of the desk. It was very well hidden. The lock mechanism is complex and seems to involve elemental power in some way. Perhaps you could try using the power of Geo. The hidden compartment opens. Inside lies a piece of paper with more information. Festering is also a manifestation of rot. When festering forces and a sufficient amount of life energy collide, the two will repel each other, triggering a powerful side effect. When I tested this in an alchemical experiment, the results of the refinement were startling. Breaking through the shackles of life, the simulation of the project. I must take advantage of this opportunity. Suspicious, interesting. Is there any project we know of that would have 4 letters? Yeah, hammers would work.
The name of the project is blotted out in ink. What could it be?
Only project that comes to mind is Project Studio, but that makes no sense for it to be this. The note mentioned festering forces, which suggests that Dragonspine could be involved somehow. Yep. Immediately thought of Festering Desire. If this has something to do with creating synthetic life, would Albedo go that far for one of his experiments? No, that can't be. Amid the notes is a map with a few markings on it. 2 of the marked locations correspond to the crime scenes, and the 3rd appears to be in Dragonspine. Alright. There's the first 2. And, alright, okay. It's a hard pill to swallow, but if the results of the joint investigation are correct, there could be a body hidden in the last location, or at the very least, what remains of one.
Huh. What does this mean? Oh, do you think something might also be buried at the last location?
Hypothetically, or at the very least, he buried something there. Who knows if it's still there, though?
That seems to be it for this place. We should go tell Jean what we found.
Okay, I explored the exact correct thing infinitely. Great. I guess we don't get to see what the other stuff was. Oh? Something on the Dodoko communication?
Oh, Venti's calling. Let's answer.
How's the investigation going? Find anything?
Oh, we found stuff, all right. Stuff that only makes Albedo look even more suspicious.
Yeah, fair. I see. So Albedo's researching something that doesn't help his case, huh? You share what you learned with Venti. Yeah, my detective skills of interact with the thing directly in front of me. Real good skills. Not promising. We should be grateful Albedo's true identity remains hidden. If it gets out that he's one of Reindodir's creations, there'd be no separating him from her past. As we both know, Reindodir's approach to alchemy and ethics was pure madness, and the evidence you just found, let's just say it could convince even those closest to him of his guilt, perhaps even you. Those notes sounded like him. Then it comes down to trust. Do you trust Albedo? I'm gonna say I want to.
Yeah,
that's a little bit more fair.
Keep the faith. And if he really is the culprit, he must have had a reason, right?
Everyone has a motive.
Maybe he's just not allowed to talk about it. Yeah, that must be it.
Either way, a fair investigation means coming to a conclusion presented by the facts. Does that mean even Venti no longer believes in him? Remaining objective has its own value. Remember, none of this is your fault. Just report back with an honest assessment of the facts.
Yeah. Well, let's go find Jean and tell her what we learned.
All right. Oh?
Wait, that's Miles.
Yeah.
What's he doing here?
Oh, sorry. I heard voices and wasn't sure if I should check who was inside.
So you peeked around the corner?
It's okay. We're here on Jean's orders.
Ah, I see. I'll, leave you to it
No. We gotta talk to you.
You didn't hear what we were saying, did you?
Oh, not really. Nothing that made sense anyway.
Well, do us a favor and just forget anything you might have heard, okay?
Oh, sure. You got it.
Great.
That map we found
We're not
in the
gonna
hidden
question
compartment
that?
seems important. We should
Okay.
check out the marked locations.
Alright. Off to Dragonspine we go. It's been a long time since I've actually entered Dragonspine. Yeah, listen. You didn't hear anything we said, right? Anyways, if you did, forget about it, please. Nothing suspicious about that.
Rev the engines!
God, these rocky cliffs are very wacky to go up.
Phew. Hip.
Right?
Full throttle!
God, mobility is so convenient nowadays.
We should be getting close.
Alright.
Oh, look over there! Something seems off.
Oh. Someone dug it up? Although everything is covered in snow, as a seasoned adventurer, you notice a spot on the ground that looks quite different from its surroundings. Yeah, I think so. You remove the snow and find a sizable hole underneath, large enough to fit a human body. But the hole is completely empty, and the surrounding markings make it look like something was dug up. Did an animal do this? Or some monster? I mean, if it was a body that wasn't decomposed yet, an animal would go for it.
The prosecution's argument is that Albedo used alchemy to destroy the bodies, but this location is different from the other two.
Yeah?
Why not fill the hole, or smooth out the ground like the other places?
Yeah. If one person did all this, why not remove the traces like the others? And if Albedo isn't the one responsible, why was this location marked in his notes? Something's afoot. You return to the Knights of Favonius, doubts swirling in your mind. Okay. I'm curious what is going to change things here. Because nothing's looking good for Albedo, even though I still sort of believe in him. You're back. Did you find anything? Yeah, we did.
Yeah, but none of it helps Albedo's case.
Still gotta present the info. You tell Jean about your findings from Albedo's office. I see. A complicated result, but your efforts are appreciated. Did Albedo submit an appeal? Yes, he asked for a retrial. There are still questions surrounding the identities of the victims and the disappearance of the bodies. The minimal remains that were uncovered have been sent for forensic analysis, which should provide some answers. It's just...
What's wrong?
If the victims turn out to be Mondstadt citizens, the situation becomes all the more serious. The second trial would likely have to be opened to the public. And I doubt public sentiment will be in Albedo's favor.
Yeah, not
Who's
when
doing
the charges
the
are so
forensic work?
serious. Oh.
The second trial is set to take place in 2 days. I hope you consider attending this one as well.
Of course, we'll be there. In the meantime, we should all just stay positive.
A positive attitude isn't going to solve a trial. Well said. When the time comes, I'll carry out my duty to the best of my ability. Miles is snooping. God. Miles. So she noticed. Okay. Oh, we just got to wait for 2 days? Okay. Alright. Good old Genshin, wait 2 days. Curious what's going to happen with this trial. Because presumably it's not going to be the same result, or at the very least something will shake it up before it can happen. Alright, there we have it. 2 days.
We should meet up with Jean. It's about time for the second trial.
Hello, Jean. It's been 2 days. Ah, you two. Let me know if you're ready and we'll head out. Ready. Alright, follow me. Time to win this case with a positive attitude and nothing else, no evidence. In fact, only damning evidence. Ladies and gentlemen, we now convene for the second trial against Mr. Albedo. I, Jean Gunhilder, will once again oversee the proceedings. Yeah, they haven't discussed punishment yet. Representatives on both sides remain unchanged, and Mr. Dahlia will continue to serve as assessor. Miss Hertha represents the persecution, and Mr. Kaya speaks on behalf of the defense. The defendant in this case is Mr. Albedo, captain of the investigation team. With that, I now bring this trial to order. Hopefully he won't get Focalord. Miss Hertha, have the investigators made any new discoveries?
Yes. We sent the teeth and the femur bone found at the scene to the church's medical office.
Oh, okay,
and
so
we're
they're
able
the
to
ones doing
conclude
it.
that these are, in fact, human remains.
Okay.
In
Cool.
addition, the investigators were able to identify several Mondstadt citizens who appear to have been missing for quite some time.
Okay, that's big.
Forensic analysis of the remains allowed us to pinpoint the age and gender of the deceased.
Okay.
Interestingly, one of the missing individuals matches that profile to a T.
Hmm.
The medical
Concerning.
office couldn't spare the personnel, so Miss Rosaria is here to present the results to the court.
Henselman, male, 46 years old. Marital status, single. Occupation, hunter. Consistent with the conclusion of the last trial, his disappearance went unreported, but likely due to his lack of relatives. In addition, medical records show that he sustained a mechanism-related injury to his leg 3 years ago. The damage on the femur bone Mr. Diluc found is consistent with such an injury. Well, that's pretty damning. Therefore, we can conclude that one of the victims in this case is Henselman. A specialized technique was likely used to accelerate the rate of decomposition. How long has he been missing?
Is it reasonable to assume this technique to be alchemical in nature?
Alchemical or magical, both are possible.
Thank you for your testimony.
The identity of one of the victims is now confirmed. But what about the defendant's motive?
Considering what he wrote in the letter, we can deduce that the defendant needed subjects for an alchemy experiment. Who better than individuals whose disappearance would go unnoticed?
Unfortunately, things are starting to line up in a way that I can legitimately
in other
understand.
Words, he sacrificed the good people of Mondstadt for his own
Doesn't
gain.
line up with how we know
vile
Albedo,
act.
but you know.
In addition, another witness has agreed to testify. Miss Donna, if you would.
Another one, huh?
Wait, Donna from the flower shop?
I'm sorry it took so long for me to come forward. But the night Master Diluc saw Mr. Albedo, I was there too.
Okay. Following Diluc?
I was camping with a friend and
Okay.
we decided to stop near Dragonspine.
Who's that friend?
I couldn't really get comfortable that night, so around dawn, I decided to go for a walk. And
Wait.
that's when I saw Master Diluc.
Dawn would not be at 3:40 in the morning, would it?
I thought it might be nice to, chat. So I headed in his direction and then I saw it. Someone at the bottom of the cliff was getting rid of a body. I was terrified the person might see me. Even after I fled, I couldn't shake that fear. And I started to wish I never had a crush on Master Diluc in the first
I don't know if that
place.
piece of information is necessary, but it explains things.
If I hadn't wanted to talk to him, I would never have been in that situation.
Uh-huh.
Well, I didn't want to come forward because I was scared. But Miss Hertha convinced me it was the right thing to do. I'm sorry it took me so long.
I see. Just stepping forward was brave enough, Miss Donna. The court thanks you for your courage and commitment to justice.
Yes. Thank you.
The two witnesses corroborate the same sequence of events.
Yeah.
That just leaves the question of how the defendant disposed
Of
the
anyone in the
bodies.
Knights of Favonius, he's the easiest to pin as a potential person who would prey on Mondstadt.
I believe the answer lies in the alchemical technique mentioned in the letter. The defendant is the most accomplished alchemist in Mondstadt. He has the skill, no question.
A special investigator also uncovered some relevant evidence on that subject. I will now present it to the court.
Wait, does she mean...
We're making things worse! The evidence we found in Albedo's office. The following are pieces of evidence uncovered in Mr. Albedo's office, the most important of which is this map. Yep, we know the map. The map was found with the defendant's notes. The markings correspond with the description in the letter and the locations of the crime scenes. Does this map belong to you? Yes. Were you the one who marked these locations? Yes. God, this is not going well for you. You do realize that's basically an admission of guilt, don't you? The evidence against you is nearly insurmountable. No. Since you uncovered that compartment, I might as well expound on the matter.
We have witnesses and physical evidence. What could you possibly say in your defense?
Let him fucking speak. What I always have. I never killed a single person.
Ugh, you have some nerve. Saying that when the evidence is stacked against you?
Miss Hertha, you've presented a meticulous and convincing case. I'll give you that. But I will not admit to something I didn't do.
So, what? You're just going to bombard the court with excuses?
You see, I have a clone. They did it. They're evil. That's a rather dismissive way to refer to an innocent man speaking in his own defense. Besides, I'm not making excuses. I'm exercising patience.
That won't make the charges against you disappear, Mr. Albedo.
This isn't very professional, Hertha. Perhaps not, but patience comes from with its own reward. It's easy for things to remain buried in snow until someone comes along and brushes it away. Albedo seems serious, but unfazed. Does that mean he really didn't do anything untoward? You mentioned brushing off the snow. Is that supposed to be a hint? If it was a hint, then it must have something to do with Dragonspine. Which reminds me, one of the locations marked on the map we found was in Dragonspine, wasn't it? Charles, you were the one who uncovered the notes, right? Then I'm assuming you visited the third location marked on the map as well? Yeah? Can you tell us what you found? You nod your head and give an honest account of the scene you found in Dragonspine. Whatever was kept in the hole was gone, and the surrounding area bore the markings of an unknown creature. With everything covered in snow, no one knew there was something to discover in the first place.
Then, there must also have been a body.
I need to think about this. What clues am I missing? Yo, it's time for this! Alright. The second marked location is between Dragonspine and Dawn Wiry, where Diluc saw Albedo bury the body of an adult male. Diluc described nearly the same events as Beatrice. There's no reason for them to collude against Albedo, so their testimony should be trustworthy. Diluc found teeth and a femur bone at the scene, and Donna confirmed his version of events because she also was there that night. The two should have no reason to set Albedo up. Despite her crush, Donna wouldn't lie about something like that just to get Diluc's attention. Not to mention, Donna has been acting strange since before the trial. Okay. According to the forensic results, the teeth and femur bone belonged to a Mondstadt citizen, and the witness accounts suggest that Albedo was the last person to have come into contact with his body. Did Albedo really use alchemy to reduce the body to a few bones? And does that mean he's the killer? Alright. The third marked location is in Dragonspine. We only knew about it because we found the map in the hidden compartment. During our investigation, Paimon and I discovered a hole beneath the snow, big enough to hide a human body. There was also claw marks around the outside. But there was no body or any remains whatsoever. Okay, gonna wait to associate that until I've interpreted. The first marked location is near Mondstadt. Beatrice saw Albedo use alchemy to dig a hole and bury a body there. A single man's shoe and a torn piece of fabric were found in the bushes nearby. Taken together, this evidence seems to suggest that Albedo killed someone and concealed the body. Or just that somebody tripped and fell in a bush and lost their shoe. Okay. Associate. Let's see what it does with the human remains. No, okay. First. Alright. Well, second, rather. Difference between the marked locations. Albedo marked these three locations on the map found in the hidden compartment. There are some similarities and differences between them. Based on what we know, all three locations were likely used to hide bodies. The hole dug in each area certainly seemed big enough. That is a fair point. Diluc is being fairly trusting of the knights right now. But unlike the first two locations, there were claw marks around the hole in the third location, and no witnesses saw anything happen there. Dragonspine is home to all manner of monsters and wild animals. Could some kind of creature have dug up the body? But why wasn't that the case in the other locations? The marks didn't look fresh, which means the hole at the third location has been there longer than the other two. But if the hole at the third location wasn't made around the same time, does that mean it's connected to a separate incident? Alright. Albedo's identity. Most people know Albedo is an alchemist and the captain of the investigation team. But in truth, he's the Kryta Prince, a synthetic human created by one of the 5 sinners, Gold Reindotir. Albedo is steadfast, intelligent, and treats everyone with kindness and respect. I think most people would agree with that assessment. He's also a calculated thinker. It's fair to say that if he did commit a crime, it would likely be well concealed. Up until now, Albedo has never displayed any ill will toward humanity, and he also still seems like his normal self. As his friend, I shouldn't reveal the truth about his identity. That would only make things worse for him. What about Dragonspine? Dragonspine has a frigid climate and is covered in snow all year round. Even so, it's home to various monsters and creatures that can withstand the cold. Deep within the mountain lies the remains of an even more mysterious creature, Durin. Although the dragon has been dead for a long time, he still possesses a peculiar life energy. Now that I think about it, a lot of strange things have happened on Dragonspine. Yeah. Alright, associate. I wonder what I'm associating with this. Encounters on Dragonspine. I almost forgot, Paimon and I once encountered someone on Dragonspine who looked exactly like Albedo, and we weren't the only ones. Wait a second, someone who looks exactly like him? Oh my god, who would have thought? God, yeah, that is a deranged offense. If I did the murder, you would have never found it. Alright, submit the conclusion. Everyone, he has an evil twin. I'm guessing Albedo has a plan, so I should help him out. But what does he want me to do? Announce a break in the case? No, I should play it safe. Since I made an honest assessment of the facts, I should be honest about my doubts, too. It's only fair. Besides, I think I understand what Albedo was trying to tell me just now. I'd like to address the court. If I may, I was the one who investigated the office, and I believe the results raise a few questions. Regarding the 2 cases addressed in the previous trial, it was established that, after disposing of the bodies, the defendant used alchemy to restore the ground to its original state. But that wasn't the case at the 3rd location. The hole was still there, with dirt scattered around the perimeter. It looked more like something had been dug up. If this was all done by one person, why wasn't the 3rd scene given the same treatment as the others? Why weren't the traces removed? In addition, the markings around the 3rd location weren't fresh, which suggests that the Dragonspine incident happened at a different time. For those reasons, I believe there's still reasonable doubt in this case, and I hope the verdict reflects that. Thank you. Astute as ever, Charles.
Questions there may be, but allow me to point out, there is no evidence to suggest that anyone besides the defendant knew about the 3rd location.
That we found so
far.
far.
Was found in his notes. That fact alone makes him the most plausible suspect, unless Mr. Albedo suddenly plans to deny that the map belongs to him.
Allow me to respond to Charles' point. If all I cared about was proving my innocence, I would indeed do as you described, Miss Hertha, and deny any connection to that map. But that is not what I intend to do. The map does belong to me, and I did hide things at those 3 locations.
What?
There were indeed bodies at each location, and I did kill and bury someone on Dragonspine. Oh my god!
Ha! So you admit it. Let the record reflect that the defendant...
Oh, you don't know what's coming, Herta.
Crimes.
You don't even know about the evil twin gambit. You're mistaken. Miss Hertha, the story doesn't end here. Oh, Eula, you know what's going on. Some time ago, I encountered an uninvited guest on Dragonspine, someone who wanted to take advantage of the deserted nature of the region to eliminate me in secret. His desire to kill me led to an altercation where I killed him instead, and buried the body on the mountain, the 3rd location marked on the map.
Actually, the traveler Amber Bennett and I were with Albedo that day.
Thank you, Eula.
The Adventurers Guild was holding an event on Dragonspine. After it ended, we all left the area. If the person Albedo is referring to is different from the one we encountered on the mountain, then the altercation must have occurred after we left.
Objection, I didn't kill 3 people, only 1 person.
This only proves that the defendant is guilty on all counts.
How?
Those innocent people. Their blood
How does that
is
prove
on
all
your
of the
hands.
others? No, you're wrong.
You deny it? After admitting to murder for the whole court?
I think that's called self-defense.
You've clearly lost your mind.
If you would let me finish, Miss Hertha, I could get to the important part. The man who attacked me on Dragonspine was my height, with blonde hair and blue eyes, dressed in clothes nearly identical to mine. So, someone who happens to look exactly like you? Exactly like him? The evil twin gambit! So I was right. It does come back to what happened back then.
It's one thing to look
God,
similar,
people must be so
but
fucking
for the
confused if they
codes to
don't
be
know
the
about
same?
that event.
What's going on? I don't want to be here anymore.
Regardless, the important thing is that you admit to killing someone on Dragonspine.
Are there no self-defense laws in Mondstadt? Yes, I killed someone that day, someone who looked nearly identical to me. But I never said that someone was a person. Ha! I see. Then it appears I need to withdraw my testimony.
What?
Everyone! I brought her!
Oh?
Wait, you...
The person who just came in, isn't that Hertha?
Wait! What? What is going on?
Who are you? Why do you wear my face? Hello to you, too.
What? That's a twist I wasn't expecting. As you can see, this is Hertha, the logistics captain of the Knights of Favonius.
I see what's going on here. It's all been leading up to this, hasn't it? Your confession. It was all an elaborate stunt to set me up.
Explain the second version of yourself. How is that a stunt to set you up?
You want to undermine my credibility? Fine. It doesn't eliminate the mountain of evidence stacked against you. All I want is justice for the people of Mondstadt.
Literally sidestepping that a clone of you is here. Order in the court. I've been stationed on Dragonspine all these years because that is where the subject of my research lies. The Dragon Durin. Oh fuck, it's the Hertha! Several hundred years ago, the Dragon of the East, Dvalin, defeated Durin in battle, and with help from Barbados, sealed his remains on Dragonspine. Durin was created through alchemy, one of the finest specimens of artificial life. As such, death was not a true end for him. His heart still beats and grows more revitalized by the day. My imposter on Dragonspine was a failed specimen abandoned in Durin's stomach, an unsuccessful iteration of the Homunculus project.
Homunculus?
Are you trying to insinuate that I'm some kind of... the homunculus? Because it looks to me like the artificial one is standing right there. Some kind of imposter you dragged in from Dragonspine.
Okay, still proves that there's a copy.
So this is what I look like when I fly off the handle. You know, they say imitation is the best form of flattery, but your impersonation has overstayed its welcome. Master Jean, what are you waiting for? We've known each other for so long. You recognize
this is
the
not
real me,
how a
don't
trial
you?
works, fake Hertha. The two of you look identical, but judging based on demeanor, the new arrival actually seems more like the Hertha I know.
That means nothing. By that logic, I could just as easily accuse the Albedo in this room of being an imposter.
Then where's the real one?
How do we know he isn't the fake one? A cold-blooded killer who replaced the real Albedo long ago. Then, how about something only the real Hertha would know? The longest scar on my body. The knights who fought alongside me that day should remember where it is.
Okay. Explains a lot, yeah. It makes sense why they were so aggressive in this trial.
I remember. Let's hear your answer.
I'd like to hear Miles' answer first.
Oh?
Huh?
You don't know? Or you don't remember? I heard you've been acting strange these days. Disoriented? Confused? You were closer to me than anyone during that battle. And yet you don't remember a thing. Strange indeed.
Huh.
No, my head.
What?
It hurts.
What is happening?
The scar is right
Ooh.
here.
Why the nerves? I can't imagine that comes as a surprise. Unless your informant in the Knights of Favonius failed to mention the scar on Hertha's left arm.
Albedo has done a lot of research into beings like you. If you deny it, then show us your arm.
Either Miles is also a copy, or Miles has been manipulated in some way. No need to panic, you can just add it now. You excel at changing your appearance, don't you? Or, I should say, all spawn of Durin's life force have that ability. Powerful life force, an appearance you can change at will. Yet, here you stand, formless one, paralyzed to act. Because you're worried using that power would affect your accomplices. Accomplices? Then Miles must be one of them. There are others, too. Most of the beings under the influence of Durin's life force have gathered here, and yet, their presence is what impedes her from taking action. Once you attempt to transform, all who surround you will be affected by your power. You can't control it, because in this network of living beings, you serve as the core.
Show us your arm.
Huh.
Ugh! Have it your way! Whoa!
Come on, let's go!
Oh, fuck. Of course he's just leaving his arms crossed. Fucking D-Luke.
Hey, they're shielding the imposter!
Can't say I expected this. She's trying to get away. Stop her. Don't let anyone stand in our way.
There are others trying to get in. Must be more
What the
people
fuck?
under her control.
What is happening? Time to get moving, everyone.
Whoa! She just leaped across the room!
I can't say I expected hordes of, like, either shapeshifters or mind-controlled people. All units move out. Third company, keep on the imposter's tail. We finally have a chance to talk, but before I explain the events of the past few days, I'd like to make a few things clear. First, I never killed any of my fellow citizens, and I never used human remains as part of the alchemical experiment. Second, the events of the past few days were all part of a plan. Most of the members of our order were in on it. As for the witnesses, Master D-Luke picked up on the situation long before today's proceedings. Wow! It was a fucking sting operation! Oh, that's quite an involved plan. Indeed, follow me. That is insane. Oh, whoa, slimes are in the fucking... Okay, Jesus Christ. The assault is happening.
How are there monsters in the city?
They're all monsters from Dragonspine. An attack is imminent, but fear not, we've been preparing for this. We've been monitoring the resurgence of Durin's life force. Its festering nature agitated those monsters. We knew it was only a matter of time before they advanced on Mondstadt. And so, we made preparations for an inevitable battle. I was hoping you two could join me and provide assistance in the battle to come.
Of course. Where's our first stop?
The top of the city wall. Alright. Yeah, huh. Alright, time to get moving, I guess. Oh, hey, there's Lisa. Can we talk to people? I'm curious. Yeah, we can. Oh no, that's Mona, not Lisa.
Master G,
From overhead looks
headquarters
similar.
should be secure for now. We responded in time and had enough manpower. We can even spare some for mobile support across the region.
Nice. Good. Our intel suggests that the monsters from Dragonspine could be disguised as Mondstadt citizens, so be sure to exercise caution. Oh, and my divination revealed that there are also regular people under the influence of some strange power. Not all of them are monsters. Yes, so for those people, the aim is to subdue, not harm. Before you attack, make sure to figure out what you're dealing with.
Understood.
That's gonna be hard to do. Interesting. Okay. Oh yeah, this horseless nation seeing a fucking motorcycle is insane.
Rev the engine!
Alright. Around we go. Oh yeah, attacks are happening everywhere. God. I love that they actually have started to show, like, NPCs fighting. Venti! Of course he's here in some extent. Did he know about the plan?
Hey, Venti!
Shoot, someone's coming. Help me, please, someone help me! He doesn't realize it's us.
What's up the freak out? It's just us.
Ah, perfect, I can drop the act. Sorry, thought you were regular citizens. It's about time. I think we can proceed as planned. Yep, alright, he was in. He was in on it. I agree. Although, it's been a while since I dealt with something this big, it's going to be pretty exhausting. Don't worry, I'll treat you to a drink for your trouble. Just what I wanted to hear.
So, these two know the other's identity then?
People can make new friends when we're not here, you know. Lots has happened. I like that there's actually things changing and developing when we're not here. That's actually a really good thing. Monsters started surging in from Dragonspine during the trial. They soon became agitated, likely in response to the core coming under pressure. Still, I never expected those monsters to become this advanced. The power of evolution cannot be underestimated, especially considering the fact that Durin absorbed the previous imposter.
Wait, so what about the map? And the missing bodies?
What the witnesses saw was true. I did hide those bodies. As I monitored the situation on Dragonspine, I noticed that many who ventured there came back different. Some were under the influence of Durin's power, but the less fortunate ones had already been devoured by monsters, who then assumed their appearance and infiltrate the city. That is insane. Most of those who were replaced had no close relatives, so when their behavior changed, there was no one to notice. The monsters used their disguise to get close to people. I eliminated 2 who attempted to attack.
What about the remains Diluc found? Did they belong to one of the victims?
Yes, the monsters slowly digested their victims. Sometimes they even left behind body parts to aid the transformation. All that remained of the first victim was a few strands of hair, and the second, some teeth and bone. The only bodies Albedo destroyed were the monster's mimic forms. Then he buried whatever remained of the victims to put to rest. Well, someone had to do it. Besides, I managed to gather some valuable data on the putrefaction of the bodies. After we defeated that doppelganger Whopper Flower on Dragonspine, we promised to tell each other a story, remember? You told me the story of a gardener, I remember. I'm glad. Then you remember that what I told you about Subject 2? In his pursuit to replace Subject 1, he transformed a Whopper Flower into Subject 3. There was another imposter on Dragonspine that day. Yes, that would be Subject 2. I confronted him and buried his body on Dragonspine. So you see, at one point there was something hidden in that hole you found. But Durin is becoming more revitalized by the day. Under the influence of his power, the monsters dug up Subject 2's body and returned it to Durin's stomach. Durin absorbed the failed creation along with his knowledge and way of thinking. Ever since then, all creatures spawned from his power had the ability to transform their appearance. Okay, wow. Interesting lore. Humans who venture into Dragonspine for too long are also bound to fall under Durin's influence, but those effects don't show themselves right away, and the extent to which a person has been affected is hard to perceive. You saw it for yourself, didn't you? All the people acting strange. Those are the same people who just tried to break into the Knights of Favonius headquarters. Durin's power remained dormant within them until, finally, it surged to the surface and seized control. Yes, that was also our goal. If we could force a situation where the imposter had no choice but to unleash that power, all those under its influence would become violent, and thus, we would know who was affected.
Wait, so what do we do?
Oh.
We can't go around hurting innocent people.
That's why I'm here. It would make me look bad if I just lazed around after promising to help. Yeah, no, you're very right about Joel's father. Jeez, God, that's probably what happened. We will use the power of Animo to restrain them for now. That should give the knights the chance to subdue them without harm. A specialized team will deal with them later. Alright, that's the long and short of the situation. It's time to activate that thing, right? Yes, so if there are little secrets other people shouldn't know, my identity, for example, keep it to yourself, okay? Alright, this should do it. Yeah, no, they really drawed them out well. Alright, Venti, what you doing? Drawing up a wind?
Wind currents?
Ah.
I've never seen this many.
Enabling better movement. There should now be wind currents across the whole city. Everyone, can you hear me? Loud and clear. All units, what's your status?
All good. We have enough manpower to provide support.
Okay. Communication systems.
Requesting assistance at the side gate. Heading
Oh
over
god,
now.
I'm not ready to sing.
Whoa! It's long-distance wind communication!
Cool.
How is that even possible?
It's all thanks to Lord Barbados. Oh wait, that's Jean. It's all thanks to Lord Barbados. With this blessing, we will succeed in defending our city. Actually, if you face away from the current and whisper like this, no one can hear you.
No wonder you're crouching down there like you have something to hide.
You didn't have to broadcast that.
Huh? That voice. Venti? Is that you?
Oops.
Good job, Paimon. Oh, you know, just a wandering bard calling for help. Thank goodness Charles, Paimon, and Albedo found me. Got me out of the tough spot. Ah, right. Now that you're okay, we should check on the status of the other areas. Yeah. Comparing the Archons is very funny. Thanks, friend. May the Animo Archon protect you. God damn it, you're saying that you're gonna protect us. Fuck. Alright, some hilichurls at a door. I've got things covered. Ooh, I love this moving shot. Oh, Sucrose. Ooh, I love that we're, like, getting a sense of the whole city. Kaya at the gate. I don't like being in the middle like this, especially on a bridge. Oh, look who it is. Alright, a Lawachurl. But Diluc is here! Ah, the brothers back together. Whew, that was a close one, I suppose. Thanks are in order, Master Diluc. I appreciate the help. No need. I didn't intervene to save you. It was for my own convenience. You were in the way. Oh, well, let me get out of your hair then. I suppose we could work together, but you would just melt my ice anyway. Suit yourself. Alright, tell me, when did you notice something was off? The first trial. Ah, because of the fake Hertha? No, because of you. Me? What did I do? My defense wasn't passionate enough? No, you weren't nervous enough. Tell me then, Mr. Diluc, when do you think I actually get nervous? I suppose we'll see, won't we? Monsters incoming. On second thought, best not to think about it. Yo! Hell yeah. I guess I should set up Kaya first and actually do Diluc how it's meant to be. I'm so not used to playing these characters. Hey, at least they're voiced in their fight lines, for, you know, obvious reason. Alright. Oh, more guys. Alright, I waited too long on the fucking attacks over. God, I'm not used to having to actually dodge, I'm used to having a shielder. I guess I don't need to split them up because I don't have, like, Joucho or anything. Anyways, time to attack this one guy with an ult. Alright, and then a Lawachurl. Not great for Kaya, but at least we have... Okay, I did not dodge nearly well enough there. Just gonna spam this, get the ice shield down.
Damn you!
Ow. Okay, just gonna heal a little bit so I don't fuck this up, because I am fucking this up. Right. This up.
Dodge this!
It's cool that we're using, like, trial characters to defend the town. I assume we're just gonna sort of hop around and see everyone helping.
Over there! Diluc, Kaya!
Yeah, no, my Diluc and Kaya are not very well built at all either. If you had time to make it out here, I'm guessing the other areas are secure.
What? We can't be here because we care?
Maybe this was just the closest spot to the city gate. Maintaining control over the main road means maintaining control over the battle as a whole. You made the right choice.
So what's the status over here?
All under control, don't worry. My trusty civilian volunteer and I have this area covered. I think you mean the man who held the title of cavalry captain before you. I didn't know that Diluc was the former cavalry captain. Do we know that? We don't have to bring that up. Well, keep up the good work. We'll go check on the status of the other locations. Good luck. Oh, and I wanted to thank you for what you said in court. If I'm not mistaken, you were on my side by the end. Believe me, he's had his suspicions since the first trial. I suppose it just didn't feel right to believe that someone who helped me in the past could be a cold-blooded killer.
Aw, that's so sweet.
Yeah, the 5-star skin would be fun, but it wouldn't make sense, unfortunately. It would be cool to have, though. Thank you for trusting me and for choosing to fight alongside us. As for you, Kaya, good work as always. We'll see you soon. Of course, stay safe. God. Alright, who do we pan to now? I really love these shots. They are, ooh, official! Alright, some of the knights. I really love these panning shots. Ah, Barbara and Rosaria. Presumably that is where they're keeping the, like, injured. Yeah. Ooh, this is cool. We're seeing, like, all sides of the front, including where we have to heal people. Oh, that is actually a really nice touch. I love this. Alright, let me actually heal the people. Alright, and it ran out. Oh, and Guy isn't fully healed either. Time to sit here. Yeah, no, it makes sense that Fischl is involved. I wonder if Bennett's around anywhere. Alright, Guy. It healed up. Alright. Yeah, I love that we're seeing every front of this. Alright, you should be on the mend.
Thank you so much, Miss Barbara. Things are still quite chaotic outside. It's best if you all remain inside the cathedral for now.
You're not rushing back out to the front line, are you? You're still injured.
Don't worry, Miss Barbara. I'll try not to put myself in harm's way. I can help with the logistics from the back.
Fair. All hands on deck. Well, maybe we can give you a hand. As you said, the situation here outside is chaotic. Injured parties should not be left unattended. There are others who need to get back to the front lines, so I'll escort you all myself.
Of course. Thank you, Miss Rosaria.
Just doing my job. But I'll leave the cathedral to you then, Barbara. You can count on me. I don't really know how all of this started, but I do know that Jean and the others have been preparing this for a really long time, so I think everything will be alright. No, it has to be. Did I catch you at a bad time, Barbara? Interesting, a little flashback. No, not at all. Did you need something? Trial Dahlia would be really cool, actually. I just wanted to tell you that over the next few days, a lot of things are going to happen in Mondstadt. Attacks and fighting. So I need you to take care of yourself. Huh? How do you know? Albedo warned us in advance. It has something to do with Dragonspine, and he's our authority on that region, so we should take him at his word. Dragonspine, huh? So, the city is going to be in danger? Yes, but the Knights of Favonius will do whatever we can to protect the people. But then, who will protect you? Aww! Don't worry, I'll look out for myself, I promise. Please let them be okay out there. Mr. Barbara, could you lend me a hand? Ah, of course, coming. And now we transition elsewhere. Down the steps to Jean and Mona. Oh, no. Ah, Noelle! Of course she'd be out here doing her best. Bennett! I love that we're seeing everybody. This is so nice to see. Oh, Mika and Amber, okay. They're here, prepare for battle. On guard, everyone. Incoming monsters at 11 o'clock. Looks like we've got 25 Hilichurls, 2 Blazing Axe Minichurls, and a bunch of different slimes. Prepare elemental countermeasures. Roger that. Ooh, do we come back to them to defend the bridge? Oh, no, we're with Amber. All right, we dive down. Interesting, Amber and Mika. That's an interesting pairing. All right, time to fucking do my best. All right, a good headshot is good.
Providing cover fire.
Stay pinned. Stay in the corner. I'm so not used to using archers as archers. Alright, and then we go up.
The gliding champion of Mondstadt.
It is really cool to come back to all of the classic characters. It's really fun to see.
Go. Let's keep going, team. Final warning.
Alright. Oh.
No one escapes my sights. Hey!
It is a bit funny using, like, the most original of character, though. Alright. I fucking missed.
Providing cover.
Go, Baron Bunny.
There we go. Huh?
All units are now in position.
Ah, the real Hertha.
Hertha? Oh, jeez, your boy scared me just now.
What?
Oh,
caught up
wow.
with the imposter
Jesus,
incident?
that's a ratio.
I thought you knew about the plan.
Well, after you up and disappeared one day, all Master Jean told me was that you'd be gone for a while on an important mission, and that it'd be better if people thought you were dead. And then, what do you know? Someone who looks exactly like you appears out of nowhere 2 days later. If Master Jean hadn't told me about your mission, I would have fallen for it hook, line, and sinker.
So they literally baited it into replicating Hertha. Huh. Yeah, that's a scary thought. I get chills just thinking about it. A monster rep placing someone close to you, and you're none the wiser? Don't worry, once this is over, these monsters won't be a threat to us again. Albedo, are you okay? The trial wasn't too hard on you, was it? I'm sorry I couldn't be there, I was so worried. Same here, I thought it was all real at one point. I was in complete shock. So you didn't know, Amber? Then it seems Eula did an excellent job at keeping the situation under wraps. And no need to worry, you two. I'm no worse for wear. That sounds like Eula, all right. She's like an impenetrable wall, that one. You're not getting a secret out of her.
Yeah, for sure. She's someone you can really count on.
Wait.
Yeah,
so
no,
how did you
Yelan would help a
decide
lot.
Hertha should disappear again? After all this fighting, I can't seem to get it straight.
It was Kaya's, of course it was Kaya's suggestion. He said the plan would work best with someone well-known and reputable, without being too high-profile. Naturally, Miss Hertha was the perfect choice. We needed to leave a hole in our organization, so she came up with an idea that she would disappear. Ah, so that explains the rumor that someone had fallen during a mission. Of course, it didn't take long for that to get resolved. No, because the imposter fell right into our trap. It was all part of the plan. First, we spread the rumor that Hertha was missing in action after some kind of incident. The news came from Kaya and Hertha's direct subordinates, which was important because we needed it to be credible. The imposter saw the gap in our ranks and couldn't help but take the bait. It didn't take long for the fake Hertha to appear on the night's patrol route, claiming to have survived her mission.
When did that happen?
Over 6 months ago.
Jesus Christ!
Whoa, so this has been a long time
Yeah,
in the
wow!
making.
Yes, and our enemy has been more meticulous than we expected. Monsters have been searching for Hertha's body in order to protect the imposter's identity, which is a more advanced way of thinking than Subject 2. So, we had to wait long enough to convince the fake Hertha that she had our trust. Furthermore, we needed to give her time to gather evidence against me and convince herself she had enough to strike. Yeah, Jesus, this is an insane operation! A 6-month-long
Internal
thing.
information even reached Durin and his monsters.
There's an informant among our ranks.
Oh. Don't worry, Barbados already tracked her down. She doesn't have his blessing, so she can't hear what we're talking about right now. Huh.
Honestly, this whole situation almost gave Paimon a heart
Who's the
attack.
informant?
All those awful accusations in the first trial, and you couldn't even defend yourself!
It was to be expected. I couldn't just reveal the truth. It had to be the right moment, or it would have given the imposter even more fuel to use against me. She would have demanded to know how I knew about Dragonspine and the monsters in disguise, and if my true identity got out, the public's trust in me would be gone. It was a trap, you see, argue back and expose my origins, or keep my mouth shut and be seen as a murderer. Credit where credit is due, it was well thought out.
Yeah, thank goodness we were able to back her into a corner.
Yeah. Indeed. I have you to thank for that, Charles. You probably don't know it, but you've been a part of the plan since the beginning. It would be insane if it was Klee. Me? But I didn't even know there was a plan. And for that, you have my sincere apologies. I know I kept you in the dark, but I had my reasons. This might not sound intuitive, but I did it to make the plan even stronger. From the beginning, I knew I had to leave the letters in my office for a fair and independent reader to discover, someone willing to seek the truth. Naturally, I thought of you. I knew you would return for Windbloom, I knew you would agree to attend the trial, and I knew your sense of responsibility and justice as an honorary knight would compel you to start your own investigation. So it was planned around Windbloom, okay. The fake Hertha, Subject 2, has met you on Dragonspine before. If she thought even you had lost faith in me, her confidence might get the best of her. The perfect time for us to strike. That is so smart. Albedo's right. You were part of our plan from the start. I hope you don't take offense at our decision to keep that from you. And please, don't be too hard on Albedo. He was just doing his best to look out for Mondstadt. Enough people were involved in the plan as it was. We had no other choice. The honorary knight and Paimon will always be friends of Mondstadt. We will never forget that.
Aw, that means a lot.
Thank you for thinking of me. It was an honor to take part. It is us who should be thanking you, honorary knight. Alright.
Wait, was that you just now? Let's go to the side gate to check it out.
There's so many things. Oh, hey, Dahlia. I step outside the courtroom, and this is the first thing I see. I'm not sure how much more I can take. I'm not brave enough.
Huh. I think you should give yourself more credit. You were brave enough
Oh,
to
that's
sit
a
through
good
the
point.
trial
We should check the
despite the
statue.
nature of the allegations. That takes strength.
Deacon Dahlia? I didn't see you there.
Apologies. Rosaria asked me to come. With Albedo running around protecting the city, she was worried you might be alone.
Aww.
At a time like this, two
Rosaria
is much
actually
better than
looking out
one.
for people?
So let me help.
Oh, thank you. I didn't think Miss Rosaria even remembered me.
Of course she does. She spent all that time monitoring Albedo.
Fair.
It's only natural
Fair.
that she remembers his most dedicated student.
That is actually so incredibly fair. Oh yeah, so, after all this, I doubt Mr. Albedo's identity will be a secret, huh? Not to the higher-ups, at least.
As far as I know, he shared that information with close members of his order long before these events.
Wow, okay. Huh?
Perhaps I spoke too soon. You do scare easily.
Yeah, no, the amount of consistency and little details are so nice. Oh, sorry, I guess I just didn't expect Mr. Albedo to just reveal it like that.
I'm sure he felt the time was right. Besides, you know the truth, I know the truth. It doesn't change anything, right?
When Mr. Albedo told me in the library a few days ago, I was pretty shocked, but more than that, I was amazed.
Not afraid?
No, not afraid. I trust in knowledge and science, and I trust in Mr. Albedo as a person. Huh. I just noticed, Deacon, there aren't any wind currents around us.
We lucked out on that front. Otherwise, that conversation would have been for the whole city to hear.
That would have been awkward. Huh? That's how it works? That could have been so embarrassing. Fun. I like that. Let's check up on the statue. I know it's a detour, but want to see if Venti's there. What's happening? I don't need to scale the building. Too far to tell right now. I'm stuck on a bench. Doesn't look like he's there yet. Okay. Presumably he'll be there later. Anyways, what's this here? Oh, Noelle! Oh, fun! So we can just drop in and help people out.
Steady as stone.
That's cool. That's actually really fun as a little, like, thing to make it feel like it is truly a nation under siege. Unfortunately, all of these characters are mainly support characters.
Moments of birth. Live.
Leave it all to me, as a good knight should.
Alrighty. Interesting to see these newer enemies in Mondstadt. It's a very just sort of, like, it makes sense, but it's very sort of odd seeing them. Thanks for the help. That was over a lot faster than I expected. I'm sure you have places to be, so don't let me keep you. Rest assured, I'll keep the people around here safe. Be careful out there. I know victory will be ours. That is a fair point. I don't think that'll be the case, but I guess it could. Alright, same lines. Alright, don't need to repeat those for the others. Now I want to go around to these other ones, though. Rather than just going to the, like, things it's pointing me to. Because it looks like, yeah, these are optional objectives. Okay. Want to check these out. See what all the characters are up to. Hello, Bennett and Vile.
Gotta say,
Yo,
when I saw
Bennett's
you on the side of
voiced.
the road, I thought you were hurt. Not about to whack me in the head.
Oh gosh, I'm so sorry about that. I was trying
An
to
actual
run away,
cutscene
but
that's fully
I
voiced.
just couldn't keep going, so I pretended to be unconscious.
We gotta protect the wine
Thought
next.
I could at least land a surprise hit on a monster that way.
Certainly a
I get it.
strategy.
That's a pretty common tactic. Oh, Traveler, Albedo, you're here.
Looks like this person could use some help. We'll search for a place to keep civilians out of danger. This area appears secure, so remain here in the meantime. We'll be back with an update.
Sounds like a plan.
I do like that we are able to actually, like, see every side of things.
Gotta say, when I saw you on
Okay,
oh,
no,
gosh,
we just gotta
I
find a
get
spot
it.
and then come back
That's
to
a
them, I
pretty
guess.
common tactic.
Huh.
Oh,
Truly his bad luck.
sounds like a plan.
Alright, I guess that's something to come back to. Check beneath the windmill. Or, you know, I should just, like, actually pay attention to what I'm doing. So that's the main objective. Those are the side objectives. Okay. Oh god. What is happening? The motorcycle is not designed for this environment. Oh, Diana! These darn things are more annoying than disgusting booze hounds. Oh, Albedo, Charles. If you run into anyone who needs a safe place to wait this out, feel free to send them to the Cat's Tail. I did it in the perfectly wrong order, it would seem. I'll be here to watch over things, so the tavern will be safe. Thank you, Diana. We'll be sure to do just that. Alright, time to go back to Bennett. Of course. God, this is so cool. I really love this. It's really nice to see Mondstadt with, like,
Albedo,
all the improvements
Traveler,
they've gotten over
got
time.
an update for us?
And also on top of that, this is just more elaborate than most things we've seen. You can take her to the Cat's Tail. Diana is sheltering people there. Anyone who needs help is welcome.
Got it. I'll take her there right away.
Alright. Let's see. We gotta defend the wine. Yo, Razor and Lisa. Alright.
You're in for a little super call. It's you.
Hi, Razor. You're actually voiced. Hell yeah.
Coming to be.
Just gonna fucking spam these things.
Come a little closer. You're in for a little
Burst forth.
Alright, that's not quite ready yet, but there we go.
Witness
This
great
down.
undertaking.
I am on top of this when I don't mean. Okay. Let's go actually into a proper attack mode. Not what I meant to do. There we go. Truly the Mondstadt way. Phew, it's been a while since I unleashed my lightning during windbloom.
It happened a lot before?
Unleashing lightning on people? No, no. Once in a while, maybe. It sure feels good to let loose, though. My old professor even wrote to me about that a few days ago. Of course, I made sure to emphasize that I always treat others with kindness. It's only natural for a student to inherit their teacher's ways, after all, and mine was a gentle old man from the Spontmad... Words! Spontamad. Sumeru words are horrible for me. I can't pronounce them well. School. So, you see, this time I only used gentle methods of electrocution. So gentle, even Jean would have no reason to intervene. Sure!
Gentle electrocution.
Oh, God. You seem to be in good spirits, Miss Lisa? Yeah, the flower was getting into the way a little bit. Oh, well, it's good to move out about every once in a while. Oh, yeah, Cyrus was... yeah. Alright, now we can head to the side gate proper. Ah, Eula. Very nice.
It's all my fault. I knew Klee was fast, but
oh no,
like this?
Klee!
I only
Where
lost
are
sight
you?
of her for 1 second. How am I going to explain this to Albedo?
Explain what?
Oh no.
Albedo, Traveler,
I think that's the most surprised we've
What
ever
brings you
seen
here?
Eula. We're providing more mobile support across the region. Was there something you need to explain? You can tell me anything, I hope you know that.
Yeah, plus we kinda already heard what you said, so...
Just tell us, there's nothing to be afraid of.
Klee, she disappeared right under my nose.
Oh god,
I'm
I'm
sorry.
waiting for an
I'm doing
explosion
all
to
I
go
can
off.
to find her.
I see, please don't beat yourself up. Klee is...
Wait! Something's coming this way, and it doesn't look pretty!
Uh-oh. Alright, fighting first, conversation later. God. Klee
She was
is
right next
on the
to me.
loose. Oh wow,
The
a
next thing I
ruin
knew,
guard.
She ran off somewhere. I swear I only lost sight of her for a second.
I do not know. Oh boy. That was a fucking Dodoko. Please, here to help. Okay.
Coming to be.
Shut her! Those bombs.
Oh my god, a ruin
I
grader.
see what you mean. She is not to be underestimated.
Yeah, no, don't underestimate Klee. She is a menace. It's cool that she's
Shut up.
helping even if she's not actually part of the party.
Freeze to the core. Crush.
Alright, there we go. We won! Great work, Klee. I'll be counting on you to protect Eula next time, too.
Albedo, you can't be serious.
No problem. Just leave it to Klee. Are you going on patrol, Mr. Albedo? Klee heard you went camping for a few days and these monsters followed you back home.
Camping. Ah, right. The truth isn't suitable for little ears.
Oh, that would be deranged. It would either counter each other or just create utter chaos. That's right, so I need to report back to Master Jean to settle my expenses. If you have some time, I'm sure Eula would be grateful if you escorted her back to headquarters as well.
Of course. I place myself in your capable hands, Spark Knight.
At least she can get in on it there. She knows how to deal with it. It would be an honor. Klee will do her best. Alright. To the center of Mondstadt. Oh god. What's happening? The city of Mondstadt was not prepared for motorcycle. Alright, we got Jean. True. Controlled chaos is very important in things like this. That should be it for now. Good work, everyone. How did we fare injury-wise? Good. Our preparations paid off. Injuries are few and far between. I have the full record here. Wonderful. I'll review it in a bit.
We're back!
Things seem to have gone well. Everyone all right?
Amber?
Yep, right as rain. We're back. Klee kept Miss Eula safe the whole way. That's amazing, Klee. Eula was lucky to have you. Looks like we're still missing a few. Reporting back, Mr. Jean. Mission complete. Good to have you back and safe and sound, and great work, everyone. This operation could not have happened without you all. Your leadership is what made it possible, Master Jean. It's been a busy few days. You should take a well-deserved break. I will, but I believe you deserve one most of all. My work isn't finished, I'm afraid. I have a few loose ends to tie up. Loose ends. Ah, yes, of course. We can talk about it back at headquarters. Charl and Paimon should be there too. Alright, everyone who has finished their work should head back to their quarters or to the church to get some rest. Want to come with us, Klee? We can drink some tea and eat some freshly baked moon pies. Yes, yes. Yeah, Eula's pride is ruined. If that was not a child, she would be seeking vengeance. Hi, everyone. Venti, thank you for everything. I know there were difficult moments along the way. Oh, well, wait. Does that mean you saw me running for my life? Ah, no. Apologies. Just forget I said anything. Just kidding. But you're right. It was tough out there. I almost lost my hat in the wind several times. Any notable information on the wind? Of course. I was out on the city wall for quite some time. I heard all sorts of things. As for something notable, well, I picked up on anxious voices and a child's anger. Durin has been isolated for centuries, but absorbing Subject 2's emotions allowed him to understand certain truths about this world and his existence, including the fact that he is no longer Mother's only child. Interesting. Durin's becoming more aware. Or her most perfect creation. It's obvious he found that fact difficult to accept. The emotions he felt in response were quite genuine and, dare I say, human. If I eliminate the perfect creation, I will be the only child Mother needs. This mindset arose out of Durin's instinct to compete and survive, and came to dominate all those around him. Of course, the absorption of Subject 2's knowledge allowed him to take a more intelligent approach, accusing me of murder. In the end, however, Durin still lacks sufficient social intelligence. The fact that his army even got this far is a miracle.
Oh, no wonder Venti sensed a child's anger through the wind.
Same feeling. It's close. You can never trust the trailers. They always lie. Oh, Fonia? Ah, Miss Fonia, here to make your report?
Oh, nothing much
Something
to
tells
report,
me
actually.
she is the informant. Is that so? During the battle, we were talking about your transfer to the 7th Company. You were in charge of patrols and post-battle reconnaissance this time. How did everything go?
Good. No problems.
I see. If you don't mind me asking, why did you come from that direction, and why are you alone? Did you think we were still meeting at the side gate? There was a change of plans. We sent the message over the wind in the last few minutes of the battle. There were a lot of changes during the operation, but I imagine you missed those as well, because you're under Durin's influence, and you have been since your trip to Dragonspine over 6 months ago. That's a response. And then a light jog. Don't move. Let's continue this discussion at headquarters. Don't be scared, I'll figure out a way to free you from his power soon. Alright, things have resolved fairly well. Still some loose ends, of course, but... How does this get to the weekly boss? That's, I think, my main question now. And we have to have Varka's voice. Alright, the others are looking after Fonia. Please tell me you can help her. I can, as long as the rest of the operation goes well.
Wait, the operation isn't over?
Nope. We haven't caught the core. What happens next is more of a personal project. I've consulted Venti about the possibility of calling a tripartite conference. Ah, yes. That's a relatively new tradition. Grandmaster Varka came up with the idea a few years ago. I still remember when he approached me about asking the lovely ladies of the Hexenzurkel for a small favor. The chumminess caught me off guard. If I hadn't known any different, I'd have thought he was talking about his older sisters or something. Oh, okay.
Older sisters? Is Varka really young or something?
Oh no. I wouldn't exactly call him young, but he's not old either. He's the type to crack a joke at every opportunity, so whatever age that is. Indeed. Anyway, the tripartite conference is a gathering of three parties: the Hexenzurkel, the Interlude Archon, and the joint forces of the Knights and Church of Favonius. Interesting. Huh. Is that Varka? Is that Varka? Yeah, Hexenzurkel's nod cry, so is Varka and the Knights of Favonius. But, huh. I guess the beard lovers lose. Alright. I'm also curious who this is. Obviously from the Hexenzurkel, but... Varka has quite a way with words, so he was able to gain their favor and convince them to agree to a very important request. Namely, that in Mondstadt's greatest time of need, the mages would return and lend their aid to our nation. Yes, and now I have a request of my own, so I need the conference to convene once again. Venti, if you would. Of course. Charles, pass me the Dodo communication device.
Huh? You're gonna use that thing to call them?
Based on the color scheme of them being more blue and stuff, I don't think it's Alice. It's probably whichever member of the Hexenzurkel is the other one presiding over the weekly boss, given that they also had a blue color scheme. I'm curious who that is. Just watch and learn. Okay, I think this should do it. Alright, this should be where we hear Varka, I believe.
What's that ringing?
Yep.
Is it the wind or something?
Okay. Hold on, that's not the right voice.
Wait. Barbados?
Varka? Grandmaster? Oops, I put in the wrong number. Sorry, Varka, you're probably busy right now. Yeah.
Considering I'm surrounded on both sides with a group on my tail looking to turn me into mincemeat, yeah, I'd say so.
What is going on, Varka? Yeah, yes, well, have fun with that. We can talk some other time.
Alright, pass along my regards. Oh, and I still owe you for those drinks, too.
I actually really like his
Just
voice.
Take it from my stash. I keep it in...
Oh my god. Yeah, no, it is younger than expected, but I do like the graveliness to it.
Hey! He was just about to tell us where to find the secret stash!
Don't tell me he hid it beneath the great tree at Windrise. That seems like a bit much. Alright, now we contact the Hexenzurkel.
Hello? Who is this?
Greetings, Miss Alice. It's Venti.
Venti? Nope, it doesn't ring a bell.
God damn it, Alice. You're really gonna tease me like this. Fine, it's Barbados.
Apologies, just a bit of fun. What can I do for you, dear Barbados?
The fact that this is the tone Alice takes with a god is deranged. You still remember the tripartite conference, right? I'm calling on behalf of a friend. He's asking for a meeting.
Oh? And which brave soul is it this time?
It's me, Aunt Alice. Albedo, captain of the Knights of Favonius investigation team, requests a formal meeting with the Hexenzurkel.
And what is your wish, dear Albedo?
I want to accomplish something unprecedented.
How unprecedented. Something even your mother Rhine-daughter never
This is a
accomplished?
very interesting conversation already. Just having Albedo and Alice talking to each other is very cool. In terms of technique, no, but in terms of location and materials, yes.
Okay, that makes no sense.
I mean, it does, it just needs more context.
You've piqued my interest. I'll be right there.
Oh? Be right where? Here? As in this office?
Hello again,
Oh my
everyone.
god! Hello, Aunt Alice. I see you've turned yourself into a giant Dodoco.
Darling, isn't it? It even has its own hat.
Wait. So this is actually Alice in the flesh, and she teleported here, but she's transformed herself. She can shapeshift. What? Okay. Oh my god. That is insane.
Wow, the attention to detail.
Pleasure to see you all again. It's been a while.
Yeah. Are you gonna visit your daughter?
On behalf of the Hexenzurkel, I hereby grant Albedo's request. I'm guessing you still need to prepare? Take your time. Just come find me at the long table when you're ready.
Alright.
Aw, that's nice of you.
Wild that we've actually met Alice in person
I
now.
suppose it's just my nature, darling.
Thank you, Aunt Alice. Before we set out, there's someone you need to meet. Head to my office. He's waiting for you there. Okay. Let's talk to some people first. You did so much for us this time, Lord Barbados. I don't even know how to thank you. Don't thank me at all, please. It makes it seem like I'm useless to the rest of the time. You know, that's not what I meant. An Archon has their own calculations. Who am I to question their wisdom? Okay, now you give me too much credit. I admit I'm not the most, proactive Archon. You have your own hard work to thank for this result. Oh, and our friends, the Honorary Knight and Paimon, of course. Ah, worried about Albedo's plan? I can't help it. I have full confidence in his abilities, it's just an instinctual response. But in the end, if he sets his mind to something, I know he will succeed. I trust him. That's good to hear. Alright. Before we set out, there's someone you need to meet. Head to my office, he's waiting for you there. Okay. Up to Albedo's office.
Rev the engines!
Riding a motorcycle up the stairs. Who is it?
Have you ever wondered why Albedo always keeps his office closed? Paimon bets there's a secret snack stash
God damn it,
hidden
Paimon.
around here somewhere.
Yo! Yo! Hell yeah! I was hoping this would happen, but I didn't expect it to. Hey, not so loud.
Mini Durin, what are you doing
Does
here?
this mean Wanderer is here? Well, actually, I've kind of been helping you guys in secret this whole time. I tried tapping Paimon on the shoulder during the battle, but you floated away too fast. You were there? Yeah, I've been in Mondstadt for a few days now, but I have kept myself out of sight. I thought people might be scared of me.
Oh, don't worry. We aren't scared
I
of
can't believe Mini Durin is here. This is so good. It's sad that we don't get the voice, though.
So, what brings you here? Oh, is it windbloom? There are
Something tells me it has to do with Durin, believe it or not. I did sneak off to the festival for a bit. Even though I couldn't play the games because of all the people, I still had a lot of fun. But That's not why I'm here. Albedo and I made a promise to accomplish something great together.
What do you mean?
True, he could just be a balloon. I'm gonna replace the Durin on Dragonspine. I'm gonna be the one who is revived and brought into this world. What?
Wait, didn't that already happen?
What?
You left the storybook world, and now you're
I'm confused. But in, like, the best way. Sorry, I should be a bit more specific. Albedo said that he can use alchemy to turn me into a human.
What?
What? Human transmutation? So you're Albedo's intended subject. Yeah, he's been working on it for a long time.
And that's what you want, Mini-Durin?
Playable Durin?
To become human?
Playable Durin? I don't know if want is the right word. I don't even know if there's a right answer in a situation like this. But I know this. I have just as much of a right to this name. I don't want to lose to this other Durin. Becoming human isn't as simple as just changing form. I know. Albedo talked to me about that. He said the Durin on Dragonspine is a lot more aggressive and primitive, almost like a beast. You know, the fact that this is in main story makes it so much more concrete. I think the thing that will determine if they are playable is if we see them in human form and they are an NPC. But Mom created me in a storybook. The pure parts of me can balance out the evil parts of him. If I'm honest, I don't know what that will look like. If I can still be me once I become one with that part of him. Maybe without a complete soul, there was never really a me to begin with. Albedo said these kinds of questions are normal. We're all just trying to figure out who we are. But I'm not afraid of change. I want my life to have meaning. And suppressing an evil dragon, becoming human, both sound pretty meaningful to me. So, don't worry, no one is forcing me to make this decision.
Well, turning you into a human sounds like a huge project. No
This is
wonder
such
Albedo
a
wants to give the
good
mages approval.
story for the people who have been paying attention to the lore and been playing consistently, but God, do I feel bad for the people who don't know what happened in limited time events. Yeah, I'm really grateful to him. We're kind of in the same boat, you know? Albedo told me that he's the Crater Prince, a synthetic human, and if this works, I'll be one too. Okay. We will be the only two of our kind in the whole world, alchemical creations allowed to live in human form. If all living things are grouped together by species, and there's only one other person like me in this world, I guess that makes us family. Another one added to the family!
We're just gonna trust one another! Actually, while we're on the subject, does your friend Hat Guy know about this?
Yeah, no, there's a lot of links. Hey, Hat Guy! There's a lot of links between Sumeru and Mondstadt, shockingly. Yeah, I told him I was coming here to fulfill this, duty. He didn't try to stop me, just told me to get a move on then. Sounds like him. He didn't say it outright, but I think he supports my decision. Maybe he even thinks it's a good idea to go through with this. I am honestly not at all surprised by that. I'm a little scared, of course, but excited too. Anyway, I'm really glad I got to talk to you all at a time like this. I feel a lot better now, so thanks. Oh, that is such a good thing to add to this. I love that. Okay, lines we already got. Oh, I love that. I love that they actually brought Mini-Durin in. Where are we going? Wrong. Let me in. Is it actually in here? Where? What? Okay, it is in here. I was getting confused. Oh, we're going. Okay, of course we're going here. Makes sense. Let me open the door. Well, given what they said in... Oh, are we going straight to the boss? Okay. Hydro-cryo is what they want. Okay. But based on what they were saying about Nod Cry and stuff for the, like, 6.x versions, It does seem like they're wanting to get more explicit with their lore. Yeah, it looks like this is the boss. I imagine we're going to be getting a lot of stuff like that once we hit Nod Cry and just going forward in general. Not sure about the Kale stuff, but I would really hope to get more of that. Anyways, hello Alice, are you ready to make us fight a boss?
Welcome one and all. Please sit wherever you like.
So, no unspoken rules to be aware of? I don't want to unwittingly park myself down on some important lady's chair.
I highly doubt anyone's going to mind where you sit, Lord Barbados. But thank you for being so considerate. Jean didn't fancy tagging along?
A lot happened in the city today. If she left, there really would be no one around to lead the Knights of Favonius.
All right, never mind. I was just hoping to treat her to some tea. So, tell me, Albedo, what is this outrageous and audacious plan of yours that I've been hearing murmurings about?
I'll get right to the point. I intend to kill the evil Durin of Dragonspine.
Oh?
And I'd also like to request some alchemical reagents from the Hexenzurkel.
Which ones? I'm all ears.
Yeah, no, Klee shouldn't be here, unfortunately. First would be the flesh of that immortal monster from the Mare Javari. Oh, okay.
Interesting.
The immortal monster from Mare Javari. What? Okay. The other is a portion of the embryo left by my mother, Rhindodir.
Ah, the raw material from which she created her monsters in the past. There's not much of it left. Dragon
Interesting.
blood, monster flesh, and embryo. Sounds to me like a formula for creating life.
Yeah, I mean, I assumed it would be Mare Javari, but wild that it's coming up here. Probably hinting towards it. Durin's heart has continued to beat ever since the day he died. That means it's just a matter of time before he eventually returns. It could be centuries away, or millennia, but the day will come. I've spent years investigating in Dragonspine, so I'm well aware of the danger he poses. He has already posed a considerable threat to Mondstadt at less than half of his original strength. There's no telling how dire the consequences could be if he ever regained his full life force. Hence, if we want to be free of the dangers posed by his blood and limitless vitality, we must find a way to eliminate Durin entirely. Unfortunately, Durin is a special entity. Even after death, he could reawaken at any moment. So the solution is to kill him and then resurrect him in a different form. But yeah, no, sibling rivalry isn't very much a, downplaying of things for this. Upon resurrection, he will no longer be the creature he once was. In fact, he will no longer be a monster at all, because I intend to transform him into a human-like being. During the summer, Klee and I visited a fairy tale world called Simulanka. It was created by mages from the Hexenzurkel, so I'm sure you know of it. Okay.
Of course. It was even the home of one of M's children, the other Oh, I see.
Putting it together, Alice. It was during that journey that I learned with certainty that Durin would return to life one day. That experience inspired me. I met the pure soul M had created, and I knew if I wanted to change Durin's fate, he would be the key. To that end, I devised an alchemical model for the transmutation. The soul will come from the fairy tale dragon of Simulanka, the blood from the original dragon's heart, and the monster remnants from the Mare Javari and the embryo mother left behind will form the flesh. The corrosive nature of the dragon venom and the heightened vitality of the monster remnants will offset each other, keeping the constructed body in perfect balance. This sounds like a fucking awesome 5-star if I've ever heard of one. A powerful side effect can be triggered when festering forces and life energy collide. In an alchemical setting, the results are sure to be nothing short of astounding.
The glint in your eye when you talk about these ideas.
I'm so desperate
really
for them to not be an
mother's
NPC. Do you see that as a bad thing, Aunt Alice?
Of course not. To me, you're both extraordinary individuals. I find you fascinating. In any case, now I see why you asked Venti for help. The raw materials you seek are extremely valuable. The misuse of even the tiniest amount could cause unimaginable chaos. That said, we're happy to give you what you need. But there is one condition. You need to prove you can wield them. And so, you must pass the Hexenzurkel's
I feel like it would be
trial.
insane if they made him playable but a 4-star. Okay, so we have to pass the trial. I understand. I figured something like this might happen. That's why I asked Charles to come along. I see. Wait, I'm joining you this time? You're not even gonna try to talk me into it? Oh, you need convincing? I thought you'd want to keep an eye on me. Who knows what sort of outlandish things I might attempt without someone to keep me in check. Fine, I'm not going to argue with you.
So you know our tricks, huh?
Aunt Alice has always loved a spectacle. Any chance to witness friends come together to support one another.
Well, success means little if you have no one to celebrate it with, no? Although, I'm afraid dear Paimon will have to sit this one out.
Okay.
What? Why?
Separating us from Paimon always goes well.
Besides, I already decided on the structure. There's only room for 2 participants, I'm afraid.
Alright.
No more, no less. You understand, don't you, Paimon?
Oh, I didn't change my
But
team.
Don't be too angry with your dear aunt.
Hopefully I get a chance.
Okay. You can turn off the charm. Hi, Mumble.
Oops.
Thank you for being so understanding. Then, whenever you two are ready, interact with
Okay,
the
we get a
chessboard
chance
on the
to
table.
change teams. I should do
It will
that.
guide you through the trial.
So they wanted water and ice. Then let me make a formal request. Will you go through this trial with me? Of course, let's do this. Are you ready, Charles? Just about.
Then, my dear children, get ready for a taste of the Dodo King's magic.
Unfortunately, I'd have to teleport. Oh boy. Maybe I don't get a chance. Oh, we got shrunk! Alright, did they not give me the chance to change my team? Am I stuck with Mavika? Alright, we're on the board. It's certainly in keeping with Hexenzurkel modalities. I've been shrunken down to a chess piece size.
Whoa, you're so tiny now. Take extra care of yourselves, okay?
What is it? Nothing, it's just Paimon's voice is even louder than usual now I'm this size. She's always so energetic and lively. Nothing can dampen her spirits. Don't worry, you'll be back with her again in no time.
You sound pretty confident, Albedo.
Aunt Alice, I didn't realize you'd be personally conducting the trial.
Well, since your mother has to recuse herself, who better than I to put your abilities to the test? I have prepared quite a riveting new performance just for you two. See? Defeat them in battle. Prove to me that you have what it takes to achieve your goal.
Alright.
Swashbuckle your way to
Swashbuckle your way!
fairy tale heroes.
Alright, is it time to brute force? It's time to brute force! Alright.
Coming to be.
Anyways, fucking annoying that this guy is bouncing. Just gonna do my best.
Clouds high. Moment of birth.
Seems like I'm doing damage nonetheless. Yeah, no, I'm doing damage. This is, despite it being level 102, this is definitely a story boss. Okay. Oh, the pawns are here. Can they be hurt? Doesn't seem like it. How exactly am I supposed to do this?
Burst forth.
Oh, that makes sense. There we go.
Coming to be.
Alright. This is an interesting boss, sort of puzzle more than anything. There we go. It's not even gonna bother buffing. Oh no, I'm doing horrible damage.
King and Queen should present a united front.
Ooh. Alright. I'm loving the spectacle of this boss as well. We also just have Albedo helping in the background. Ooh, that's interesting. Alright. I guess I ult again.
Time to empty. Feel this ancient power.
And does this finish them off? Seems like it does.
Full throttle.
There we go, phase 2. Oh god, co-op is gonna be deranged for this. Cutscene time? The transition cutscene.
It had to be this form? A toy really doesn't suit me.
Oh? This one doesn't seem like Alice.
Well done. But this isn't over. I will now preside over the second trial. Stare straight ahead, and you will see things as they appear.
Unexpected arrival.
Your perspective, and you will see them as they are.
Whoa. All right. Yo, I love the use of the abilities. You okay? I love how this looks. And there's the king and queen. I love these transformations. I wonder if in the weekly boss version of this, Albedo is in this cutscene. Yeah, I'm curious who the blue furball is.
By turning the world on its head, can we see its true colors? So, it begs the question, what do you see on the other side of
God, this is a goofy song.
Pawns earned true freedom the moment they gained legs.
Oh, this is all getting rather dreary.
In the spirit of
oh my god, they're talking.
I prepared a little surprise for you. No need to thank me, of course. Just a small gesture of kindness from me.
Okay. Interesting. So, Barbeloth and Alice.
Albedo, you're always so charming and delightful. Like my own student. She can be so full of herself.
Jesus. Oh, okay.
I do.
Coming to be. Moments of
I don't know what I was supposed to do about that.
Moments of birth.
Let's heal up a little bit. Interesting. Gonna take some time to learn the boss.
Time to end.
Yeah. The fact that Barbeloth's voice is a godsend.
Light it up.
Alright, I only hit her. Oh well.
Oh, this is all getting rather dreary.
The voices of them are sort of interesting.
Moments of birth.
Ow! A little too Get to work.
Coming to be.
The song is very funny to me. Oh boy, what is happening?
A towering return to form.
Oh no. I don't have freeze. I can't freeze. Just gotta kill her the normal way. Ow, not again. Well, time to kill the king with no actual DPS. Great. It's just a little too slow, I guess. Here we go, though. Walpurgis game.
Yes, very well done.
I was waiting for them to revive, but I guess we just killed them quickly enough. Unless they don't have that mechanic. We did it.
Grown up so fast. I'm so proud.
Really? Well then, I'll leave you to debrief the others.
Barbeloth was my best guess of who this was going to be, but I wasn't sure.
Huh? You're leaving already?
You did marvelously today. I'm thrilled for both of you. And should you feel the need to gloat profusely to that student of mine so she knows to up her game, be my guest.
Odd.
Lovely tea party. But that'll do me for now. Until next time, my dearies.
Oh god, yeah, that's gonna be rough.
You're just going to up and leave? Barbie?
She calls her Barbie?
You'll have to forgive Barbara, love. She's always on the move. And she never says where she's going, either. I think she enjoys the mystique. But if I had to guess, she's probably going for a walk. She's a very health-conscious individual. Barbie was satisfied with your victory. And so am I. Congratulations to you both.
All right.
You can come back now. Oh, whoops. I need to turn you back to normal first, don't I?
Yeah, that would be nice.
You're finally back! Great job! You made it all look so easy!
Nice
What
to
did that
have you
second
back
phase
safe
even
and
look
sound.
like?
Now time to relax and switch off. You've earned it.
Thank you. Felt pretty good to beat that trial. Once you've rested up, let me know when you're free, and we'll head to Dragonspine.
To deal with the dragon of Dragonspine, right?
Indeed, the sooner we deal with Durin, the better. Yeah, alright, time to go to Dragonspine. Of course we're going here. For the heart. I'm curious to see how this will go. I'm crossing my fingers for not NPC design human Durin. I guess I should revive Mavika.
Yep, this place is as freezing as ever. Paimon's hands are turning to ice.
Alright. Want to climb into my hood? That's cute.
You sure? Is it warm in there?
You should take the edge off. It might improve your mood, but I okay. Alright, how does this go down? Is Mini Durin gonna be with us? We've arrived. Sorry, Paimon. I have to get to work now.
Still beating away after all this time.
Yeah. Leave it to me. You two stay on guard. Alright, what's this look like? Drawing something from it.
May Paimon ask a question?
Not a great time, Paimon. You may.
Who is Durin to you? Do you think of him as one of your kind? And is he a dragon, person, animal, or monster?
That is a good question, I suppose. From an alchemical perspective, we're both artificial creations. But biologically speaking, we have no relation whatsoever. So, to say we are kin would be categorically incorrect.
Sounds like you prefer humans to dragons, then.
Yeah, no, I don't mind her voice. I very much find Paimon largely endearing. She can be annoying at times, but it's not because of the voice. It's not so much a matter of preference. Rather, as things stand, I would say I belong to the class of human, albeit a unique category thereof. But then again, most forms of life in this world possess some unique traits. I am perhaps the most unique among humans, in that I'm the only one of my kind, but soon there will be another one and just like me, assuming this alchemical project proves successful. I believe Mini Durin already told you of his intent to replace the Durin of Dragonspine. After my conversation with him, he also expressed a strong interest in becoming human. It's a fascinating prospect, not to mention an extremely challenging one, but I understand why he came to that decision. You see this as an act of creation? Well, understood in the broadest sense, this project deals with both the past and future, and stands to profoundly impact many lives. That, primarily, is what makes it worthwhile. Helping Mini Durin become who he wants to be is a secondary consideration, though still a meaningful one. By contrast, my personal motivations are nothing so grand and meaningful. I am just pursuing something I believe in. In my view, To cultivate life which the world cannot generate endogenously is to cultivate the world itself. Whatever aids life in attaining a greater level of perfection improves the world by doing so. It is not a question whether this ought to be done or not, merely whether I wish to. The alchemical enterprise is concerned with deciphering and comprehending all forms of knowledge. That is the path I walk. Of course, that's not to say that this is just a science experiment to me. Anything that affects Mondstadt, I approach first and foremost as a member of the Knights of Favonius. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Mini-Durin, once they have a human body, does enroll in the school of the Academia. Does that answer your question satisfactorily? Well enough, thank you. Alright, let's get down to business. Drawn the life out of the heart. Ooh, finished.
Looks like a golden energy has encased the dragon's heart.
Yes, that is what we are seeing, Paimon. The whole heart would be too big. I don't need that much. Instead, I've just removed the core. The rest will soon lose its vitality completely. This time, Durin's body should finally die for good.
Wait, but in that case, what's gonna happen to the fake Hertha? And what about the people who fell under Durin's influence?
Yeah, no, that is my main concern about this storyline, is just that it will not work as well for people who have not been keeping up with the, event stories. The Knights will keep an eye on them, but as far as I'm concerned, eliminating Durin's influence on the citizenry and creating a new Durin through alchemy are one and the same thing. Armed with this heart, I'll be able to complete the alchemy array, and deal with all these issues in one go. Alrighty. Return to Mondstadt. Also known as outside of Mondstadt. But yeah, no, this absolutely is a storyline for the longtime fans that have stayed with things for a long time. Let's call it a day here. Thank you for accompanying me.
Pleasure! We sure learned a lot.
Mondstadt's a lively place during the Windbloom Festival. You should take a look around and pick out some nice souvenirs for yourself.
Oh yeah, the festival! Wonder who the
very much has been overshadowed.
Well, we've been too busy dealing with this situation the entire time. Who else would be free to work during the Windbloom Festival?
Yeah, that actually is something I was wondering, is how some of the Dragonspine stuff will play out if you've already done this quest. Maybe requirements-wise, a lot of things will be, required to do it, but that also feels rough. Anyways, I don't know why I'm claiming these right now, but I am, I guess. 2 more days, the wait. You know, I'd be very curious to see logistically how it works when affecting previous quests. But overall, I'm really happy with this. Alright, the obligatory wait is over.
The Windbloom
To the
Festival
plaza.
is about to begin! Let's go check it out!
Ah, more special story mode. Let's see what we got. Yeah, leaks should be coming pretty much any day now, I think. Not that I intend to look at them too hard. I've been trying to sort of err off of leaks so that my version trailer reaction, my special program reactions, can be more, genuine and stuff, but I have been keeping up a little bit on that, and she should have her drip marketing around a week from now, I think. As you all know, during this year's Windbloom Festival, the people of Mondstadt have banded together to defeat several waves of monsters that tried to invade our city. Accordingly, we would like to award the title of Windbloom Star to someone who made an outstanding contribution to the defense operation. This is someone who may not look like a strong warrior, but whose keen insights played a vital role in gaining control over the conflict. His words and songs always have a way of lifting people's spirits, and they were a great support to us all. Oh my god. Let us give a round of applause for this year's Windbloom star, Venti the Bard.
Amazing!
Venti!
Huh? No way you're really gonna pick me. Why not? You're the perfect person for the job. If that is what it's meant for, that's really nice. I really appreciate that. Alright. Does that mean I get unlimited free drinks at the tavern? I'm sure they'll be more than happy to support this year's Windbloom star. If you'd like, you can even take a drink while you give your acceptance speak to the crowd. In that case, let me swap out the speech for a song. Don't make me sing, Venti. Don't do it. Everyone, the best bard in the land is about to begin his performance, so don't go away. Gather around and lend your ears. Oh? A cutscene that won't be voiced, tragically? You're not getting singing from me, guys. I'm just gonna read it. That would be such a deranged line. Albedo on the rooftop. Oh, he's doing it? I hereby exercise the prayer of formation. Alright. How's it gonna happen? What? Ooh, I love this, like, split. Oh wow, the entirety of Mondstadt is a fucking transmutation circle. Ubiquitous earth, flowing water, refining fire, fortifying wind. Seeing everybody just hanging out, having a good time, hell yeah. Oh, and they recognize his handiwork. Traverse the 18th, worldly and 20th passage. Emergent soul, enter the mortal realm. Please, playable model. Elevate festering flesh into sacred blood and bone. God, this looks so good. Oh, sages, witness my grand endeavor. On with a snap. Oh, this is so hype. Do we get to see? Please tell me we get to see and it's not an NPC. Oh, that was really good. How was it? Not bad, right? What is it? What do they look like? Oh? They have wings! That's not an NPC! Yo! Yo! Oh my god, I need to get a better look at that model.
How did everything go?
I need to see that more. Very smoothly, I'd say. We've achieved our goal.
Really? So Mini Durin looks like a human now?
Oh, just a little bit. A little bit of dragon still in there. Correct. However, his newly formed body is still stabilizing. We should give him some time. Incredible work, Albedo. I graciously accept the compliment. It really is rather remarkable what we've accomplished.
So, how do you feel right now?
I need that as a character. Durin, please. Quite good. I did what I set out to do and achieved a personal goal. I think even she would have made a rare facial expression had she seen it.
She?
Probably Reindotir. My master and mother, Gold Reindotir. A long time ago, she sent me to Mondstadt with the instruction to complete a task of monumental importance. Find the truth of the world. I had a theory about what she meant, and in time I was able to corroborate it. Sure enough, finding the truth of the world basically stood for getting a life. That might be easy for most people, but for someone like me, it meant doing a lot of learning about a lot of things. I had to find out about myself and the world around me, get to know me, and get to know other people. Life is the space that exists between me and the world. To become truly human, I had to inhabit that space. So, for an artificial human, finding a life is, in some sense, equivalent to finding the truth of the world.
So that's
interesting.
What you meant, huh?
That's
Well,
cool.
no wonder
I like
those
that.
monsters wanted to infiltrate the city and replace you. They wanted your life for themselves.
Yeah. Being alive is just existing, but having a life is what makes you truly human. I really like that line. I think that's the message she wanted to get across to me. Still, I've found this whole series of events has given me new inspiration. Becoming human is only the beginning. What follows is the choices a human has to make in life, as well as the kinds of family bonds they will form. Most people would probably see the events of the last few days as something out of a nightmare, but for me, it's just part of my family life. I fear that the carefree existence my brother has enjoyed this far will now come to an end. Just like me, he will have to step into the world and face the same constraints as everyone else.
You've got an unusual family, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm very curious when Durin will release, assuming that they are playable. Well, I suppose we get it from our mother. She's highly unusual. There are all kinds of families in the world. Some base their life around the family store, others around the farm. In my family, I suppose we tend to the flower beds, and now I'm a gardener too. As long as you feel like you've gained something from the experience. I really like that idea of the garden bed and becoming a gardener. That's actually a really cool way to put it. Master never showed her face, but if the Hexenzurkel knows what I've done, that means she knows as well and gave her approval. Since devouring Naberius, it would seem she has finally found a modicum of peace. And if so, then I am truly happy for her. She didn't always have a penchant for madness, you know.
Devouring Naberius?
Yeah, is that the monster in Merjavari? It's the name of the ruler of life.
What?
Yeah. Aunt Alice told me about it not too long ago, but it came as no surprise. I knew Master would do it sooner or later. As for the ruler of life, all I truly know is Naberius is not gone. Instead, because of Master's actions, she and Naberius are now one. What the fuck? Yeah, we need to check everywhere for Durin. But what the fuck? Naberius, the ruler of life, was eaten by Reindotir and they have become one. That is insane. One of the shades was eaten by one of the sinners. In any case, thank you so much for your help during this ordeal and for choosing to stand by my side through it all.
Of course. That's what friends are for.
Paimon took the words right out of my mouth. Hearing you say that means more than I can say. I'll make sure to pass along the sentiment when I report back to Master Jean.
Oh, so you're
I am still fucking reeling from the reveal of the ruler of life. Thank you. I'll get going. What the fuck does that even mean?
Wow, this Windbloom Festival turned out to be a special one. It feels like we really made a difference.
Yeah.
Oh, Paimon almost forgot. If the Windbloom star has already been chosen, what is this year's Windbloom gonna be?
Want to take a guess?
Venti, you're back.
Don't sound so enthusiastic, Paimon. Well, I couldn't keep my two dear friends in the dark about this year's Windbloom, now could I? What do you think of the Caecilia? It's quite fitting. The true feelings of the prodigal son. A sentiment as sweet and warm as a gentle spring breeze. Perfect for the season. Charles, give me your hand. Huh? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if when we pick up with Nuvlet and Farina properly again that we get stuff with that. The mages are very pleased that you and Albedo managed to pass their trial. Albedo received the materials he sought, so you deserve something in return as well. The Hexenzurkel wants you to have this. It can contain something entirely one of a kind, a secret of sorts. When the time is right, it will reveal itself to you. So, no need to open it right away. What the fuck have we been given?
A mystery all in one!
What?
The mages sure love their
What is
secrets,
it?
huh?
What is it? According to the sender, you are probably the only person who could make use of something like this. So I suppose it belongs with you. Alright, thanks. What the fuck have we just been given? Oh, well, all I did was deliver it. Although I did go to great lengths during this whole ordeal, I suppose a reward for my efforts wouldn't be out of the question.
You've helped a lot, Venti. How about we treat you to a drink?
Yeah, only we can use a Dodoko. Really? I'll hold you to that, you know. No going back on your word.
Of course, Dad! Let's go to the
Watch,
tavern
it's just
right now.
something from, like, modern day that only we could use because we've explored other planets and know how to use technology. Music to my ears. I'm so happy I could fly. It's like this festival was made for me or something. God. Yeah. Almost certainly it has something like that. When no love remains for the songs to tell, the world becomes naught but an empty shell. Cruel as said fate, cruel it may be, were it not for a hero who could set us all free. Though through shadows so cold, he sought wisdom untold, chasing a fragrance the wind only knows. Thus wistfulness waned and faded into night, as he stepped from the darkness and into the light. Hell yeah. That was such a good quest! And now we must search for Durin. We must find him. They cannot get away with just showing a tiny bit of him. We shall find him.
Rev the engines!
Please tell me he's there. We will check both Albedo's office and the mystery room. If he's not in either of them, we will be sad. This is the church. Why did I go to the church? Yeah, no, this quest is so much payoff for so many things. This makes me so hopeful for the future, honestly, because as much as I've enjoyed Genshin, it's been so much setup and not a lot of payoff in the form of, like, the grand story. Mostly it's just been setting things up. Even when we've been getting further into the deep lore with, like, Skirk's appearance, the mention of the shades, that kind of stuff, it's all still felt like setup more than anything, but this is proper payoff for multi-year storylines, which is so nice.
Rev the engines!
Alright, first we'll check Albedo's office. No one's here. Okay. Time for the other room. Gonna fucking scour this entire place to try to find them. Alright. Hi, Elamusk. Please tell me he's here. Doesn't seem like it. What? I never picked up this book? Okay. Yeah, seems like just the usual stuff. Damn. God damn it. Yeah, I think that's what they mean, is that they're, like, actually gonna start delivering stuff like that. I mean, I'm gonna continue scouring as I just sort of talk about my feelings on things, but if they are secretly somewhere, inevitably, like, the subreddits and stuff will have that information sooner than later. But just a shame that we don't get to see more of him. But the fact that we only see a little bit does mean that perhaps we will get them as a properly playable character in the future, and they just haven't finished the model. Yeah, we were already there. Yeah, God, that is so good. Oh, yeah. Like, alright, and we can't go to the third floor. But, yeah, no, almost certainly the cutscene's on YouTube. I gotta say, though, I am so happy that they were able to keep the Durin stuff under wraps. The fact that Mini Durin's appearance and becoming human is something hidden is so nice. That is such a good reveal. It feels like a lot of the time the trailers reveal too much, and, you know, that inevitably is sometimes going to be the case. But the fact that they kept that hidden and I didn't hear about it from anywhere is just so nice. I'm so happy with that. God. Yeah. It's so nice to be back in Mondstadt and, like, have it get some proper treatment of being, like, actually with all of the improvements that we've had, just the storytelling over time. It's just so good. I hope we return to Mondstadt again sooner than later. Dormanport maybe will come eventually. Yeah, that is so good. Yeah. No, that was a particularly derangedly egregious, like, reveal.
Burn it down.
Alright, that didn't work. I wanted to be on the bike. Thinking I'm just sort of going to end the stream and our talks here on the statue, because it feels fitting. But yeah. I'm very curious where things are going to go from here. They teased Mayor of Javari a little bit there. Who knows when we'll get more on Durin. Obviously, next version is Skirk. Yeah, so sad we didn't get a Venti sniper scene. That would have been so nice. But yeah. Given that I haven't heard anything about Mayor Javari being in next version, is it right to guess then that next version we get Skirk and whatever is going on with her, and then Mayor Javari is the version after for 5.8? But that would conflict with that would be conflicting with summer events, unless Mayor Javari is the summer event. Oh, that would be so nice. Oh, I would love that. I would love if Durin has, like, aesthetic elements tied in from, like, all of their influences, including Wanderer, Albedo, Rheindotir, Durin themselves with the dragon bits, of course. I would really love that. I would love that a lot. Yeah, Natlin is a rule breaker, very much so. But God, I am so excited. Having this quest experience really just makes me excited even more than I already was, because I was already hyped for Skirk. I've already been really hyped for Nod Cry. Like, I'm in the field of Nod Cry is everything I could hope for. I'm really excited for it. It looks amazing so far, and I can't wait to see more. But even just these last few versions before you get there are really solid seeming. Really just the main question is, what the fuck is Mayor Javari's position and everything? Yeah, no, it has to be permanent, but if Mayor Javari is in 5.8 and there isn't a 5.9, would there be a summer event, or would we just not have one? And it would just be the Mayor Javari stuff? Or have they just kept somehow incredibly quiet about Mayor Javari and it is coming next version? Either way, I guess we'll see. It's just very curious. Yeah, the amount of care that went into this was so high. I loved all the sweeping shots. Those were some of my favorite things just for establishing stuff. It really gave the vibe, like, that's what I'd say about this quest. It really pulled off the vibe of Mondstadt under siege and everyone working together to protect it, which I think is really the core of what was needed here, and I really appreciate that. That is very cool to me. But yeah, if this is a sign of what the future of Genshin looks like, I'm excited. Yeah, no, the amount that leaks have sort of waned is sort of surprising. I appreciate it, though, to a degree. Like, as much as I want to know things go ahead of time, mainly characters, not getting spoiled is a very nice thing. And them being able to keep things under wraps like that very much helps. So, I'll be curious to see when Mayor Javari comes. I'll be curious to see what happens with Durin, how quickly we get to see them again, and how the fuck Skirk shows up and what that's going to be about. Are we going to get another interlude quest next time that will be like Dainsleif stuff? Or is that just not going to happen? Yeah, no, I avoid story spoilers as much as possible. I only ever have looked at character leaks and stuff, and as I mentioned earlier, even that I'm beginning to wane away from a little bit. I want to keep track of, like, what characters are coming, what elements they are, their, like, gameplay style, that kind of thing. But I don't want to, like, learn too much about their kits and animations, really, so that when I make reactions to the special programs that announce them and stuff, I can be seeing it for the first time, which I feel like will make those a little bit nicer. That's sort of what I've been assuming, that Skirk's release will be connected to Dainsleif stuff. It doesn't have to be, but we only have so many versions. Because Mayor Javari very well might be where Dainsleif stuff happens, but if Mayor Javari isn't part of Skirk stuff, if Mayor Javari stuff is part of Skirk stuff, rather, then it would just be one and the same, of course. But if it isn't, then I could see either of them, but it would be odd if we get no Dainsleif stuff in the Natlan, like, update period. So, realistically, a Dainsleif storyline has to come either next version, alongside Skirk, even if she isn't actually connected to it, or 5.8, which would be overlapping with summer event stuff, which is odd. Yeah, no, the speed at which 5.0 has, well, like 5.x rather, has gone by is insane to me. It really only when I realized I had been doing this channel for a year did I truly process, hey, wait a minute. It was right around this time in the update cycle when I started. Not quite, but close. Which is really weird. But, as to your question about when the Nodcry PV, will come, for a properly educated guess, I'd want to double check when things like the Natlan and Fontaine ones came out. But my best guess would be probably closer to the release, or at the very least the announcement of version 5.7, if not a little bit into it. Because I'm just thinking, like, I don't know the exact times offhand that Fontaine and Natlan's and so on, they had theirs. But just thinking to Zenless, because it's in a similar position of, like, recently getting a similar PV. That one came out when we were approaching the version before the, like, 2.0 update. So, yeah, my guess would probably be, like, either around the time that 5.7 releases, or sort of, like, halfway through it, maybe. That's my best guess. Oh, I am so fucking excited for Skirk's teaser and trailer. I can admit right now, I am going to be biased in those trailers. That will not be an unbiased analysis. I have been anticipating Skirk since she was hinted at in Child's, like, voice lines. Just so you understand, Child was one of my first characters that I got really excited for. He was one of the first ones I pulled for, and the moment that I discovered he had a mysterious swordswoman master in the Abyss, I knew that she was a character that I wanted. She is up there for me with Varka and, like, Alice as characters that I have been anticipating forever and wanted the entire time. But she especially has been up there for a variety of reasons. I'll try to still give a proper analysis when the time comes, but I am going to be freaking out, assuming they aren't just an utter disappointment. Yeah. All I can say, though, is I am very excited for the future. Huh, yeah. But with that, I think I'm going to sort of wind things down, because my voice is sore from narrating the voices of almost every character. But, you know. Oh, she almost certainly is going to give us Sinner lore, given that she literally is like the student of one, or whatever her relation to them was. I'm so curious to see what we're going to learn, though. 5.7 is going to be big, even if it just is Skirk. But, yeah. For this stream, though, that's about it. Really, the last thing I sort of have to say is just keep an eye out for announcements in the next few days, because I'm still sort of debating what exactly I want to do for my next stream, because I don't want to just ignore Escoffier's story quest. I want to do that, ideally on stream if possible. But I also don't want to, if I can, just leave the Pokemon Nuzlocke completely abandoned for like a month. So I'm sort of like trying to weigh the best way things could go. Like, if I do an extra stream, if I can manage to squeeze that in somewhere. So that's something I'm thinking about. So like I said, keep an eye out for any announcements in the next few days or whatever. I'll try to make a decision sooner than later so that I can actually act on it. But yeah, with that, hope you all enjoyed the stream. I know I did. This was a real delight. And I hope to see you all next time, whether it's for more Genshin or anything else. So yeah, see ya. Ah, yes, I see. It's not swapping immediately. I don't know why it does this sometimes. There it goes.